time when I caught nothing went in my baskets. So my son told me, he said, look, Daddy, let's try the basket in the swamp, that Poraporo and water there. Let's try our log there. I was very hesitant, but I followed the advice of my son and we set those baskets. The next day when we went, nothing but grippers we caught. So you see, the water I was depending on, no cabin was inside. That's how life goes.
The water where you had on, no cafe is up on the pot up, but up behind your hustle, you can catch the gripper. The water where you had on, no cafe is up on the pot up, but up behind your hustle, you can catch the gripper.
The water where you had on, no cafe is out. The water where you had on, no cafe inside. But the pot up behind your house, and you can catch some gripper. The woman you had on, she may not be your wife, but the one you are overlooking, she will be your everlasting partner. Yeah.
The water where you had on, no cafe is up.
The man you are looking at, he may not be your husband, but the one you are overlooking, he will support you very well, yeah. Good people hard to find, oh, they are precious the time, oh.
The water where you had on, no cafe is up.
When God you get one, you better hold fast to that person. Okay, people they plenty, they travel on the ground. Hey. If you not take time to work on them, oh, you will sleep and hurt yourself. That ugly people, bad people.
So you can catch the gripper.
Water where you home, no cabin inside, but the pot behind your house, oh, you can catch the gripper. Ah. The water where you home, no cabin inside, oh, yeah. Pot behind your house, oh, you will catch some grippers. Sometimes you depend on somebody to do something for you. When you can't find out, zero. Ah. Hey, yeah. The water where you are no cafe inside. The water where you are no cafe inside. But the pot behind your house, oh, you will catch some paper. Good people hard to find, they are precious like diamond. But God help you get one, oh, you better hold fast to that person, yeah. There's a conflict between expectation and result. Conflict between appearance and reality. The water where you are, the water where you are, the water where you are, no cafe inside, yeah.
Good evening to all of you and welcome to the show here this evening. Again, if you are just tuning in, you're about to listen to the Heat Hour here on Voice of BKS in Butu Town, Nima County. And of course, we are also on Facebook at BKS Television and YouTube at BKS Television. Well, like I say, welcome to the show here, all of you who are just joining us. Today, we have someone special, a statesman, Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga. Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga will be joining us this evening to discuss national issue, both ranging from District 5, Nima County. We're going to ask him a couple of questions here tonight. Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga is already in the back. We have our CEO, Alvin Seka Sr. is here. Mr. Mafosin N. David, too, is joining us this evening. He's one of our panelists from Canada. We also have the man Shadrach Togbe is here, too, as well. We have the senator himself is in the back already. So, like I said, welcome to the show. If you're just joining us, you're about to listen to the Heat Tower. On the Heat Tower, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullets. Let's bring on the stage all of our guests. Those of you, the CEO himself. We have Mr. Mafosin here. We have the man Shadrach Togbe here. And we will be joined subsequently by DK Way. DK Way is also one of the strongest bone behind this platform. He will be joining us shortly. And we also hope to be joined by all of the panelists like the man Prentice Doma, Siawete Zogetua, and the rest of the folks. We hope to be joined by them here tonight. Again, let's welcome you to the show, Shadrach. We already have the senator in the back. Good evening and welcome, Chief. Shadrach, we cannot take that from you today. You got to really, really work on your network. Good evening, CEO. Welcome to the show.
Oh, sir, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. CEO, good evening. Welcome. CEO, you are muted.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, son. Thank you. It's an honor to be here today. Usually I don't come on here, but knowing that we have our, I call him my own big brother, leader from our district and from our county coming on here today, I thought it wise to come on here and also say thanks to him for answering our calls and be willing to come on here and talk about other issues pertaining to Nima County, our district, and other things. So I want to say thanks to you, Senator, and we look forward to having you on here. We hope you are not just a one-time guest. We look forward to continuously having you here. So thank you so much.
Thank you, CEO. Let's welcome you to the show this evening, Mr. Mafosin and David. Good evening and welcome to the show, Chief.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Like I've always said, it's always good to be a part of this platform because it actually affords me the opportunity to see and interact with friends, many of whom I haven't seen for quite a couple of while. And I'm grateful for the platform guests. We haven't talked since his election. And I believe this day would give me again the opportunity to be able to congratulate him. He's a brother, he's a friend, he's a big brother. And I look forward to having a very fruitful conversation with him, especially on issues that borders on the district, the county, the country as a whole or at large. And so that his people can get to know him, his people can get to hear from him some of the contributions, some of the things he has done, some of the things he wished to do. So I look forward to a great conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's welcome you to the show, the Mayor Afanso Wongwa. Afanso, welcome.
Thank you, John. It's my pleasure to be here to see our senator appearing on the show. I think it's a great momentum for us here today.
Thank you. We already have the senator here. Let me say, he gone? Okay, the senator is here. Siawete Zogetua. Let's welcome you before we go to the boss man himself. Siawete, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Junior. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. And we want to also say thank you to the senator for accepting our invitation to be here. And we hope that will be a good show tonight for our listening audience, with the information that will come out from the senator. I hope the show will be firebrand one and listening for the people of Nimba. So, it's a pleasure to be back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Siawete. I mean, we keep welcoming all the panelists to the show, and we're holding the senator. I hope I will not be held in contempt. Prentice, welcome to the show, Chief.
Good evening again, Alfonso, and let me say good evening to Senator Koga, and good evening to all of the panelists and our listening audience. You know, those following the show this evening via the social media and the radio wave. Again, I trust that the conversation will be very engaging this evening. I know over the past weeks, we've discussed a lot about Buyao, most especially Senator Koga's own position regarding the pending by-election. And it's good having him tonight. Again, let me say good evening to you, Senator Koga. And, you know, he's one of the leaders who is very accessible. He's always closer to his phone to answer and, you know, provide clarity where needed. And I think evidence by that is his appearance tonight. So I look forward to a very interactive and engaging conversation.
Thank you, Prentice. Again, we'd like to welcome all of you to the show. Let's go now to the bossman himself. Good evening and welcome to the show this evening, Honorable Samuel Gomet Koga.
Yeah, good evening, distinguished platform hosts, and good evening to the people on this show and also in Liberia as well as around the globe. Good evening to everybody.
We are glad to have you on here this evening. This is one of my greatest moment. I mean, speaking to somebody from your own place and having a statement here. This is an example that leadership is not, you know, going to sit up there, but indeed coming down to speak to your people. We are glad to have you on here tonight. Let's start the conversation with Buyao first. Then we can go to national politics. I guess you're doing okay with that. Why did you abstain from Buyao politics?
First of all, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to you for creating this platform, affording our constituents and people around the globe to partake and discuss and contribute meaningfully to political, social, and other activities on the platform. I want to appreciate the CEO for giving us this opportunity. I want to also take this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you that in your prayers, your moral contribution, financial contribution, and other contribution in social media, promoting us, that have led us today to ascend to this higher position. It is commendable. And I want to welcome to say thank you. I appreciate you for the effort. And I want to also let you know that the position that you bestow on me, it is incumbent upon me to listen to you and also answer your questions all of the time, because it is by your will and pleasure that I survive or serve you diligently as a senator of the country. So I'm very much delighted to say thank you to all that voted me. Thank you very much. God bless Nima County. Now, I think the question why I abstain from the electoral process, quote unquote, the by-election in Nima County, it speaks volume. As you may recall, in every political given situation, even in political locality, if you went to Grand Bassa today, the first political leader in Grand Bassa is Nyomli Kanga, because she is a senator of the county. If you went to Lofa County, the higher ranking person from Lofa County today is Tomo Fala, because he's a deputy speaker. He is the head of the Lofa County. While it is true that Joseph Baga Hill from Lofa, he's not the arrowhead, but he respected in that area, but he's the arrowhead for Liberia. Like what the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. In government, it requires coordination. You got chiefs, zones, clan and parliaments. Then you get a commissioner, superintendent, and then ministers. These are people that work in the lower government arena. And when you come to legislator, you start with the representatives. In order for a senator to perform in any districts of his, he must first of all tell the constituency or the district in which he intends to do anything, the representative of that district that intend to go to Tapeta, and I want to erect a structure in Tapeta district. That does not mean that he has absolute control over you, but it's by respect, because he is the arrowhead of that district. So no matter how the situation, what a political difference or what, you must consult him. And then at the Senate, the president and the vice president, they use the senator as a conduit by which they reach out to the constituency and the constituents within your given county. So in this case, for typical example, electoral district number 5 is district where my neighbor stream lies. It's my birthplace. Besides being my birthplace, I served in that district consecutively for 13 years. Going to 14, I was elected through the by-election. May his soul rest in peace, and the Johnson demise. If I'm elected in that district from that district as a senator, it is my anticipation that whether political party or not, respect belongs to who it belongs to. It needs to be consulted first as a senator of the county, 2, as a mayor who emerged as senator from that district, whom seats that they are trying to vie for. Then I will give you my expert opinion as to how we will guide the process. Because I've been there and I had the experience, and I believe that we want to team up to work in unison. Even if you're contesting for presidency, you can't just outright go into the counties and campaign. There are campaign structures. There are teams set up to run our campaign so that the dissemination of information and coordination can be enhanced. On the contrary, there will always be cultural clash. So my advice to my party, or party that just assume the responsibility, and if you go to bureaucracy in issue of structure in leadership, though I have not gone for convention to be elected as a political leader or or political leader of the party or chairman or whatsoever, but it is implied that the fact that I emerged as a senator on that party ticket, I am the most senior officer of that party. The next in command is the party chairman. The chairman and myself had a very cordial working relationship, as well as the vice president. I consulted all of them. But what went wrong, that my advice was thwarted. It shocked me. So for this reason, we just came from political activities, campaign process, and what have you. Our anticipation is to see best how all those that are in a elected post from Nima County can unite and respect each other for the common good of our well-being, well-being of our people, most especially 2029. The first test for Samuel Koga to come out to say, okay, this person had done XYZ to me, I think it's alarming. It will erode the fabric of our unity. So I decided to say I recuse myself from supporting any candidate in the party. And I will not explain this on a platform because I don't want us to start anything that will bring disagreement in this country and also among us as soon as it is. So anybody who understands administration and politics, for somebody who are elected in the district not to have say in your own district, it's a disservice. For people who don't understand, they will say, oh, the man Prince Johnson, he won Prince Johnson party ticket, and he decided not to support Prince Johnson party candidate. It is because I try to avoid a lot of things. Any attempt for me to make any comment, the politician will use it as a means to make or to look to appear that we are not together. We don't love each other. So at times, as a leader, you must have endurance. When this thing happens, your ability to maintain yourself and wear smart to go into the process is what matters. So if in a district today you're talking about election and those things happen, how do you go in a district? I'm a man who doesn't want, I'm an extrovert. I'm not an introvert who can be impregnated with things. So I think my silence also speaks volume, not to support a single candidate. But we'll manage it because we are looking at the bigger picture. But while it's starting, if we continue, there will be left with no option but to come out to the public. But I believe it's a caveat. To abstain from the political process in Buea is a caveat. And those who will understand it will understand it very well.
I'm constrained to ask this question. Are you saying you were disrespected as the senator by the political party? That's why you are abstaining from electoral district 5 politics?
In the first place, he read my read out on a Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
I have asked, and my advice were not taken into consideration. If I force to say because my advice were not taken into consideration, therefore I should force it and come and stay on my advice, there will be friction.
Mm-hmm.
If I also say I should support the party candidate, I'll be conflicted. The next question will be, what did you see before that you make a proposal or suggestion to the party? That now you are saying that you went with the party. That inconsistency as a leader. You don't do that. I don't take my yes for no. So
what is the current relationship between you and Koto Kwalu?
I have no problem with him. But the idea here is, as a leader, you must be principle-minded. In as much as I saw Koto Kwalu before, and I suggested or proposed somebody else, and to go by and say, well, this is a person, then it means you are not a leader who is consistent. You understand? The issue of party decision, when Javelin Doe-Sherry was going to election against a CDC candidate against Clemency Ure, Prayer Brown Boo, Mary Brawl, they are all Unity partisans. They opened a challenge and said they will not support Unity Party candidate. They will prefer that woman. It is a choice. And they went into the election, Javelin Doe-Sherry won. So those things is a natural phenomenon that occur in politics. But if I had gone to denigrate the candidate from NDR in a negative connotation, then people will say that, no, this is personal. If I also gone to insist that I will make sure I put my word behind a gossip Mekwa, then it shows that I'm partial in the process. But I believe that you who have the cake, you cannot let it drop from you to be mixed up with sin. Buea is where I hail from. For me to be the one to be tussling Ado, I'm a stranger in that district. It sounds so ridiculous. So let's sleep in the last. So my only concern to all of the electors is let them go in the process peacefully. Let them discuss the issue, not personality. An Indian philosopher said, and I quote, D. Propera, he said, do not elect a leader because you like him. You must elect a leader because he's competent. We are now living in the global community. A district like Buea, the people got to sit down and reflect your mind. as to who would ably represent them. So we are urging them to make all of their thoughts put into rightful perspective to see who they can elect that they and myself can work together. Well, the first thing here is if you had a senator and somebody is elected in the county, for example, that he or she and the senator, there's a likelihood that they may not work smoothly together.
So, I was coming to that question. You said on.
Yeah, let me learn.
Okay.
It also speaks volumes. So the people of electoral district number 5, in the first place, why it is true that I'm a senator for Nima County, they take me to be the first son who in a higher position in Liberia. And I believe they will do the needful to make a decision that will reflect the unity of the district. I respect them and I believe in them because they and I have worked together assiduously for the number of period, the period of years mentioned. So those are partaking in the election, I respect them. They are qualified because when you are qualified by NEC, automatically you are qualified.
Mm-hmm.
But many are score, few are chosen. The people will decide. No one person will occupy that seat. I apply effort before even coming to recommend. I had consultation with they themselves, the electors, the candidates at my residence in Ganta on 2 different occasions. There were a lot of propositions proposed to them. And some ideas were bought, and some of them violated it. Nevertheless, they found that people had a euphoria or they all exaggerate about themselves that they are competent, that they can go in election and win. You let them go. Once, the vice president told me one time, he said, Koga, he said they political thing here when people get inside like a drugs. When they take it, he talking to them, nobody want to back up. So he will take that, he will make himself ugly to the people. If you ask any of them that are contesting today, say I will win. Whereas the electorate are the one who knows who will emerge better. So my citizen of electoral district number 5, I respect you and I believe that you will make a decision that will bring unity and good working relationship. I only need a representative that if I get legislated, hear my projects that I intend to carry in electoral district number 5, that he will serve as a messenger. As a messenger, not in a demeaning connotation, but in a respectful manner, that this is a project the senator has brought in the district. He has placed it in my hand to monitor it and make sure that the project is implemented. That tomorrow I can whisper in your ears with respect and dignity, that we will talk, that can walk to my house anytime with flying colors, and we talk. You enter my bedroom at any time, we discuss issue. Because why the student must send it to all the representatives, you will be the closest on ground that there where my birthplace, that is my birthplace. So it left with the citizen to see who they can elect, that they and myself will work together. That's my concern.
Now,
I pray for all of them.
Thank you, Senator. This will be my last question, and we'll go to the rest of the panelists before we go to our next topic. You said on a couple of platforms that you were disrespected before by one of the candidates in the race, Koto Kwagru. And Koto Kwagru is also contesting on your party ticket, but you decided to stay neutral. Now, just in case Koto Kwagru is elected as the next representative of District 5, will you work with him?
That is the will of the people. Article 1 of the Constitution. All power. I think Article 2 or Article 1. All power is inherent in the people. By their will and pleasure, you govern. If they are dissatisfied, they can remove you. So who am I that the people who the power belongs to them and assigned to an individual will challenge their decision?
Thank you. Alfonso, let's welcome you to the show. I beg you can ask 2 questions to the senator, each of you, but please be very brief with them, and let's go to the national issues.
Thank you. On this, I'll just ask one question. I don't want to hold the senator for long here. Senator Koga, welcome again to the show.
Excuse me, sir. You all want us to stay until the closing hour. I'm welcome tonight.
No, you gotta sleep. You gotta sleep.
I can go on spoon, and the spoon and myself can close together.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I'm sitting there in my home.
they are spoon for all with a just part to get. So anyway, welcome, Senator. I want to ask this: can a leader be an institutionalized person, where he will want to maybe take the mandate of the institution? Do you think so?
If being institutional, is that institutional mandate, right?
Yeah, a leader part of institution.
If you read Article 10, everything that is happening in this country is based on the constitutionality. Article 13 of the 1986 Constitution provides that every citizen at any time can move, reside anywhere, and return anytime. At times, political party, you can go for sabbatical leave. You can even disagree and abstain. And so many things happen. So that question, except it is not part of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, that's the only time I will be held responsible.
Thank you. I'm not just talking about you, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to Mafasin.
Let's welcome to the show Mafasin. Mafasin, welcome. Your 2 questions to the senator.
All right, thank you, moderator. Senator, let me first of all say congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't.
Funniest friend, a younger brother.
Yes, yes. Well, initially, I have thought that your decision to remain neutral was on the basis of the support base that you gather across the county, the district. Nearly almost all of the contestants in the district currently play a role in your election as a senator for our county. I have thought that that was the case, but I think I have access to you, and I will reach out to you and get to know the details and everything. Since it cannot be discussed as stated, I will want to respect that. Now, my question is, you have been a representative of the district for 3 terms before your elevation to the Senate, which I believe is predicated upon the good job that you've done. You understand the legislative politics. You know what representation actually means. Now, if you were not neutral, looking at all of the candidates contesting in the district and being the most current representative of the district who is ascending to the Senate, who you think could be in your mind, or by the way of streamlining them, who you think is best suited, even though that's not the will of the people, but you personally as Honorable Koga, who has been in a seat, who has represented the district, of all the candidates vying for the seat or the vote that your excellency has created, who do you think is best suited to represent your people, and who do you think possess the qualities that our people need, that you can really work with well when it comes to representing your people?
In the first place, thank you. When the matter is in court, you don't discuss the issue outside of the court. That can be sub judice. Any attempt at this time to proffer to even say yes, if I was supporting candidate or who I think would be the best suited candidate, and me, I'm campaigning, then I'm taking a side right away. So with respect to that, I cannot respond adequately to say this is the person on grounds that I have made my position clear that in the election, I'm watching everybody and I'm also encouraging the people of Buyao to make a determination. If I gather now to name an individual, that person will consider they may command some level of votes based on my statement. So I leave it as it is to show my neutrality.
Okay. If you were to advise the emerging person on where to start, considering the fact that anyone who should be elected, that will be their first time in the legislature, knowing and wanting more for your people, I will believe that you might want to give somebody a head start so that they know where to start from based on your achievement, your accomplishment, the role play. What would be some of the pieces of advice that you can pass on to the person coming on so as to guide them, give them a better start?
Administratively, in order to have smooth institutional movement in terms of departmentalization, where people are responsible, deputy minister, assistant minister, in the first place, in any good governance, for any appointment to be made, when the president appoint or nominate a minister, and that minister is subsequently confirmed by the Senate and appointed, in a very good governance system, the president will call the minister. Who do you want to serve as your deputy minister for administration? Who do you want the minister to serve as a assistant or so? And the minister will recommend, because the minister will want to work with somebody that he can talk to freely, to enhance the work, not to stall the work. If the president get on and appoint somebody, you will see incompatibility. Eventually, that organization will crumble.
Thank you, Mr. Mafasin. Again, if you just joined the show tonight, you're listening to the Heat Hour. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words in our bullet. Tonight, we have Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga with us discussing a couple of issues from local, national, and maybe we might dive into international discussion here tonight. Mr. Mafasin would like to say thank you for your questions. Let's go to you, Shadrach G. Togbe. Shadrach, your 2 questions to the Senator.
Thank you, Junior. Good evening to my senator, the senior brother. Senator Koga, thank you so much for your appearance today. This shows that you love us and you don't take capsule. My question is about institutional policy. So I want to know, prior to your recommendation of selection of a candidate that you proposed, whom was rejected by your party, did you do the selection process or the recommendation in consultation with the party executive prior to your pronouncement to the party executive?
I first started in a district with the electors, looking at the situation, what is your thinking? Religious people, youth, elders, chiefs, women wing, with this sampling. Because the decision we felt was a very crucial decision that if, for instance, I, as a senator, having to lift somebody's hands in the district to fill, it will be the first slap in my face. So I was very meticulous as to who and how to go about it. That was done. And then I brought it to the party executive. They were accepted. But what changed it, we will talk at another time. Because to keep the unity of the country, any attempt now, other opposition outside of NIMBA will use it against us. I don't want to be the one to be in the frost.
All right. My question number 2 has to do with the impact of your neutrality in supporting your party candidate. If your party candidate did not come through, and the party sees is that because you extend yourself from the process, they also affected the candidate win the election. What do you think will be the action of the party against your membership? Thank you.
Experience is a good teacher. A good test before the lesson. You understand? It means that somebody has made a mistake somewhere. There is a reason why this happened. The consequence, something contrary happened. However, and I want to tell you that electoral district number 5, with our presence at the Senate, whosoever emerged victor, going to work with us and they're going to join MDR based on our working relationship. Outside of MDR candidate or MDR candidate, they want to work with us because the time is very short. You only going there for less than 4 years, and we are still around there as a senator. If we appeal to your conscience that you need to join us, if you vehemently oppose this time around, where all those that supported me pay their debt, eventually I will come out. And MDR will come out for a candidate that they will see my face.
Thank you, Honorable Senator Prentice. Let's welcome you to the show. You have 2 questions to the Senator on this one.
Again, thank you, Senator Koga, for your appearance here this evening. So, quickly, let me get to my question. My first question, you said that you have maintained, you hold, a very cordial relationship with the Vice President, and who, by large is known to be the standard bearer of the MDR throughout the country, and the national chairman, Councilor Cooper Crow. And your consultation before going to the U.S. regarding your interest in District 5 by-election was communicated to them and the entire leadership, national leadership of the MDR. But all of a sudden, it was all changed, at the end. So, what are hints, or who do you see, or who do you consider brains behind the sudden change of your recommendation?
First of all, let me correct you. And I don't want you to make the Vice President get in trouble.
Okay.
The Vice President is no more member of the MDR.
Okay.
He's a full-fledged member of Unity Party. He himself declared it, and you are aware. He was a stand-up political leader of the party. Before the presidential election, he resigned and joined Unity Party as a vice running mate. Subsequently, he emerged victor. So currently, MDR, by structure, Cooper Crow is the chairman. And MDR are not going for convention, nor meaning convention to make a determination on that. However, we're respecting things that happen in MDR, we consult him because he was once a standard bearer emeritus, Mogena leverage, and also a son of Nima County, Mogena respect. He's officially now with MDR, but his spirit is there. So I just want to make that clarity. So with respect to what you are saying concerning the decision or the abroad change, I told you let's leave in dollars for the sake of Nima unity. And I'm maintaining my position.
Okay, real quick, my last question. Now that we want Sleeping Dog to lie and we give him, because we give him priority to Nimba unity, is this anything resolvable? Can this issue be resolved ahead of the by-election?
For me to go back and say I reconsider my decision?
To reconsider your decision, yes.
I don't take my yes for no.
If there are proper conversations.
I say I don't take my yes for no. People respect me and know me in Liberia for that. You saw a recent, the Ambrose man. My own councilor, Kanga Fine. without doing due diligence. I don't know, because you want to catch big fish and publish your name. And some of us, we are not people that somebody can just malign a character. You understand? There are some government officials, they use government license plates and they're driving, they don't have driver license. I'm not that type. I have private car. I don't put one Sunday license plate on my front, and then the bike is empty. I give one to my wife. Those things that misuse of power. My property in Liberia, starting from Goma Play all the way here, they are all taxed and paid. It is government that still owing me as I speak until next year. That how a decent citizens supposed to live. But an ombudsman to come to say, I did not declare my asset, it was an insult to the people of Nima County, not only I alone. But I exhibited my documentation, and I asked him to retract it within 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, when no response, when we get to the Senate, we'll open, you will be invited. People don't play with my character easily. There is a reason why I respect everybody. So let us live and respect each other. Equal work for equal pay. So the issue of drawing by or coming by to say, well, oh, I reconsider my decision, I will be an inconsistent leader that people will not respect. They will not rely on me as a leader.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Thank you, Prentice, for those questions. Siawete, let's welcome you to the show. You have 2 questions on this.
Thank you, Gino, and good evening to the Senator. Congratulations once again, Honorable Senator.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Still with the MDR issue, I listened to the spokesperson of the MDR, Mr. Matade, who said that the decision that the MDR came up with, you were part of the decision during the day of the quote-unquote convention or primary, if I may put it right, that you was there and you were part of the decision that was made. But it was shocking to them after the decision. This few times you get to understand that you made opposition or going neutral. So most of the audience are being concerned as to how the process was conducted when you were part of the decision that was made, and now you are going neutral. And you congratulated the person who won the primary. So I want to actually understand that from you.
If you did sociology, from the social perspective, they will tell you, say you got to use your third eye. In an environment where you feel intimidated, threatening, coerced, you will make decisions that will suit the occasion as a leader, so you can have the opportunity to live easily. As I said, I don't want us to go into the issue because of the unity of Nima County. So that just short response I'm going to give you on that.
Okay. My last question to you. With the handling of this by-election, do you see field in the MDR that a lot of things need to be done in terms of structuring or for reconciliation?
At the appropriate time, there will be a lot of propositions. We are observing, even at the Senate, I gave myself grace period, 3 months to observe the Senate before I come up with a public statement. Besides what we've been discussing in Timor and etc. A party that I was in before and just coming by, any attempt to just come out with ideology, you may be considered as somebody who is over ambitious. And you want to overshadow other people. You got to learn from the people that within the party. You got to work with them. You got to understand things. But equally so, you got to tell them what are some of your like and dislike, so that there will not be cultural clash tomorrow. What is happening now, 2029 will not happen. Everybody will respect each other's view. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Again, if you just joined the show, you're listening to the Heat Tower here. The Heat Tower is really on Voice of BKS, and we are also on Facebook and YouTube at BKS Television. So, Senator, let's take you to Nima County a little bit. Let's leave from District 5 and MDR of politics. This issue surrounding the amendment of Asila Menta MDA. What is your stand on it?
Amendment under the law, whenever a bill is proposed for passage, there is an can I say, is that an acronym? No. There is a last statement at the conclusive point of the bill that any law to the contrary notwithstanding, if you pass a law and there is a law contrary, you will be called to the identical attention, meaning you are breached. So, Asila Mita concession in 2022, they requested for additional tenure, and they decided to increase the capital investment or your investment capital in the tune of 800 million. And then the houses decided to make alteration of that bill, and a bill that had to do with concession, whenever it's proposed to the legislature, it does not need any changes or change. If you pass it, you pass it as it is. You understand? If you reject it, you reject it as it is and tell it, and then with a comment that these are the disagreement and what have you on the cover letter. So the president was being informed that Asila Mita, having met their commitment, and there are some clauses in the MDA that we saw 2005 and it's still existing. That, for instance, one of the clauses has to do with playing with the day is a kind of etymology of words, playing with one word more than 3, 4, 5 times, just to confuse you. They say in the MDA, Asila shall provide housing facility. Providing housing facility does not mean that all of the estates that were being erected by LAMCO should be renovated or constructed, but rather they should provide housing facility. So if you saw somebody big hotel and ask them to go and rent and pay and put employees there, they are what? Provided housing facility. If they brought in container to host the people, put air conditioning there, put bed there, they are provided housing facility. No jurisdiction Liberia government had to hear Asila Mita liable. If you go to the International Court of Justice, the judge will adjudicate and free them on grounds that in your own NDA you said the company should provide housing facility. So they provided it. But if the NDA would have, if it were clear, where you say all of the assets that LAMCO left down, concern, including the houses, should be well built and furnished as dwelling place for the workers, they will not escape it. So now, and they brought the same thing in 2022, so we rejected that. We said no. There was some proposition they supposed to comply with, and those things were reneging. So based upon that, we send it back. If you saw Asila Mita today building a plane, a watching plane, it is because of the rejection we did in 2022. If you saw Asila Mita buying pickups for police and doing other things in the community, giving some allotment to Nimbayan, Liberian as well, reducing the Ghanaian consultant skill and what have you, it is because of the caveat that was signed to them. So our concern is things that will not be beneficial to our people, we need to sort it out. And in so doing, as an old legislator, you either work with the ArcelorMittal or you work with the government behind the scene that this thing, we don't want it to get to the public. We don't want this to be there. If you bring it there, we'll not agree. The reason here is you want your citizens to live. And they are there operating in the country, and through them, they pay the citizen. So you can also be in confusion with them. You got to play that dual role. You got to be very careful. But if they refuse to comply, you get to the plenary, liaise with your colleagues on the floor that this identical bill should not pass. We are trying to apply all frontal effort. They have become fruitless. Or the caucus go to the president and make a position clear to the president about the negotiations they've been having. But no lawmaker will allow a citizen to suffer and pass bad law to affect the citizen. I am not in support of that. Nya is advocating. He captured the media. Should I follow in the same way? No. I should play another role. All we're fighting for is the best thing to come to NIMA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when Nya is engaging on the other way, then I'm applying the persuasive method as well. And we'll coordinate. So the best approach there is that any MDA that will come, all we know is the best thing should be done for the country. And one thing you got to be very meticulous, not to get into problem or not for your colleagues, not to override you. Article 22 of the 1986 Constitution provides that all mineral resources, whether beneath the ground, in a waterway, and whatsoever, belong to the Republic. Whether you gather in Nima County, it does not belong to Nima County alone. And in order to pass the MDA and the legislature, it is the Senate and the House. So if you're not careful and you brag on the county, the people say, okay, say you want to say Nima, say you say the mineral belong to them. Okay, no problem. When they bring it, we'll pass it, and the House the majority. Even if you walk out of session, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to avoid all those things, you got to make sure you manage it in a proper fashion for the citizen to benefit, for the best law that will benefit everybody, the job opportunity, and the rightful thing should be done. There's a reason why you see the MDA, they come in the hall tomorrow, they're not coming. They come in the hall day after tomorrow, they're not coming. Because we want the proper thing to be done before it comes to the public land. Because if you bring it like that, we'll reject it.
Now, do you think ArcelorMittal
will not be on the same front at the same time? There will be a time that I'll be a fire burning law, because then Nya will play the diplomatic role.
So now you're playing the diplomatic role.
I ain't supposed to play. I ain't supposed to be.
Great. Now, do you think ArcelorMittal is complying by the 2007 MDA?
I think you listen to Nya press statement. He outlined several issues, which I'm in line with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in line with him.
Okay, great. Now let's leave
you. Two of us cannot advocate it at the same time. Then it will be like, oh, the people, the two of us, and one person spoil it, one person should face it. If I sport it, you should be able to face it. Then you balance the leadership in the country. But we're working in collaboration. We are not against each other. Nothing Nya does on the floor or even in the House or the Senate that I don't know. Nothing I do that he doesn't know. We got the same voting pattern. But there are some decisions we got to do it in a way that our people will benefit one way or the other. If I'm moving, so I say, yeah, man, you take me the way, I'm going this way. You say, okay, no problem. That's how we're supposed to work. But the two of us, if we attack at the same time, who will be the one to face it?
Great. So let's go now to national politics. Let's welcome to the show DK Way. DK, welcome to the show this evening.
Thank you. Oh, I thought you were coming to me. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Let's hear you before we leave from Nima. Finally.
Thank you, my former boss. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing your support to BKS TV and radio. You know, we operate directly from your district that you represented before and your country. Thank you for coming. With nothing much to say, I'm hosting the Nima community in the DC area, DC, Virginia, and Maryland today. So a lot of them are at my place now, so that while I'm now on the show, I just want to say thank you to our panelists. Thank you for holding the ground. Thank you for everything you continue to do. Senator Koga, we will be sending our bill to you. This TV, you know, every radio station you go to in Liberia, you can pay. So we'll be sending our bill to you to pay so that we can support our local star and people who are holding this ground strong for you to appear. Thank you again. Gentlemen, I'm in the back. Gio, I want you to announce that when the guests leave, we will be all our panelists who are in the back for post-analysis. I want to tell you thank you for the support. Continue to do what you're doing. Thank you. I see you guys.
Thank you so much, DK. I know DK, I can't have to tell you, boss man, thank you for you to say, oh, I show faith for my boss man to see me before you get problem with me. You don't do it. But again, it's a good show. Yeah.
No, but let's continue the show on the top you all. Let's continue the show. That young man, I say you're a protected man. If you're protected for y'all, you will be hitting hard. Yeah, because the man from y'all, so you from Butu Okoga from Goma place, so that what you're doing. So we allow you to have your time.
That's an allegation, though. But okay, Senator, let's take you to the national scene. You've left District 5.
John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We have question on Nima adequate issue also.
Okay, let's give you guys one question.
The AML issue.
Yeah,
okay, let's give you guys one question each. Let's start with you, Alfonso, if there is any question before we go to Mafa Singh and the rest of the panelists.
Sadra will be the last.
Alfonso, you have one question.
Go to Sadra, I will be the last.
Oh, okay. Mr. Mafa Singh, let's hear you. Asila Menta, Nima County, if there is any question for the senator.
Well, thank you. My question or concern has to do with environmental issues, because every mining process will always leave behind environmental issues, some of which can be translated into serious health issues, which I believe should be taken seriously by members of the NIMA caucus. Because while it is true that mineral resources by law belongs to the country as a whole, wherever mineral is being extracted, the environmental consequences that is associated with it cannot affect the whole of Liberia. It's only associated with the area in which mining activities is taking place, especially if it is not transboundary. And transboundary would mean issues that can travel beyond where it is created. They become transboundary. For example, the use of chemicals in the extraction process. So how are the NIMA, how is the NIMA caucus involved into extending its oversight over metal steel operation process, especially when it comes to environmental issues? Like, for example, noise is an issue. When noise pollution exceeds certain dBA, it becomes hazardous. It affects pregnant women. It affects dwelling places or construction structures and so forth. And bulk of the time impact assessment are done, stakeholders' involvement. It's not a show. And the company that is creating the problem becomes a referee. How are you involved, and how are you keeping the feet of EPA to the fire, or probing to know what are some of the consequences of mental steel operation in the country relative to environmental issues?
Well, in the first place, the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia gives us the authority to adapt our own rules and procedures. Predicated upon this, we have committees. And those committees are headed based on professional backgrounds. Graciously from NIMA, Honorable Ernest Mansie is a geology by profession. So anything that has to do with that, he's in charge to inform the cocoa adequately, because you cannot discover the taste of a dog when you are not eating your dog. So he is specialized in that. Once he informed the caucus, based on our oversight, we engage the process, because when we're speaking, he will be speaking with authority. We are very much cognizant of the facts that there are a lot of environmental pollution that may take place in the process, quite right. And we also have the agency, environmental, EPA. We have EPA also that regulates and also oversight. We invite EPA to brief us at times about what is unfolding, because it is just fiduciary responsibility to oversight. Specifically, as a COCO, as I told you, that Ernest Mansie is being charged with the responsibility to verify some information and revert to the COCO, because he is knowledgeable in that area. That's far I know about.
Mr. Moderator, I beg you, I just want to make a little follow-up to that in the same area of my question. Senator, I believe Ernest was just elected. This is his 1 year going to 2 year in Parliament. And Mental Steel has well operated over a period of time. And I remember one of NIMA's professional songs, Eddie Fangalo, did a studies outlining some of the harm that the operation of Mental Steel has done or is doing to our natural and to both the built and natural environment. And my concern is, prior to even Ernest coming, and EPA, as you talk about, EPA is government. EPA is executive. Quote unquote, some of their actions could be in line with executive in terms of protecting investment for the common good of the country financially. You know, but for the fact that you have an oversight, and as a caucus, especially in a period of in a period where someone is coming with a constructive, scientifically based study pointing out some of the harms that has been done to our environment. Has there been any time that a caucus has stood up to take up issue with both Mental Steel or invited EPA to give briefing or submit some of environmental management framework and reports from Mental Steel concerning their operation in NIMA? That's the question I'm asking. Prior to the coming of Ernest Mansie.
Yeah, I understand. In the first place, I served as Secretary General of the caucus from 2016 to 2023. If my memory serves me right, no NIMA professional has ever written the caucus except Honorable Donald Time. You understand? Every piece of document that enter the caucus office, we ensure that we sit over it and discuss it. It's not to my knowledge. I'm saying it on this platform. Besides that, the issue you raised, Honorable Sonwabe, when he was representative, he brought a complaint to the caucus. And the caucus wrote a formal communication on the plenary floor, and the committee was set up under Buffer Chimo to investigate. And then when he kept I was not part of the committee. The plenary is a higher decision-making body. While the plenary oversight the decision, except the reverse. The committee that I was sanctioned by the plenary revert to the body. That's the only time he will make a decision on it. So as far as I'm concerned, the issue of ArcelorMittal pollution that you are talking about, I'm not a geologist, I must admit to you. I've been a geologist, I will be able to have an insight to lengthily discuss what you are talking about. But yes, things happen and they were brought to the plenary. The caucus took it to the plenary. There was a committee set up. Sonwabe himself formed part of the committee. He stayed alive. So we are cognizant of those facts. There is a reason why the current MDA that is coming, before the passage, due diligence got to be done. Because we are like a river, a water, where you go first. So if you went there the last time, they put dirty cloth in the water. And the time will ban you that the dirty cloth you drop in the water, if you do take it off, to rinse or purify the water, you are sanctioned not to draw water. Eventually, you got to go through that due process. So we are there and we are watching to see how the MDA will pass. They will comply with some of those things.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Shadrach Tobe, let's hear your one question on this.
Thank you, Gina. Once again, thanks to the Senator. Honorable Senator, before I ask my question, Meta State being in this country for a while, since 2006 up to present, and you've been in the whole since 2011, I observed that most of Meta State employment is contract-based for Liberians, short-term and whatsoever. Besides that, Meta State agreement states that as point A to point B, the three executive positions in Meta State should be occupied by a Liberian. Up to present, these issues have not been resolved. Liberians have not benefited for that particular agreement. And you've been in the house for that year, or 2011 up to present. What has been the stand of the Nima County Caucus and Liberia legislature at home to address the issue, and today is still in the document? Thank you.
I think you want me to repeat myself. As I say and say again, this is a reason why you all will hear ArcelorMittal MDA will come tomorrow. They're not coming tomorrow. They're coming because there are hurdles. If you can smell, you can taste. If you can taste, you can smell. You can heal. So we are prepared to engage the process before the signing or the entering into any agreements.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's hear you on this, Prentice. And then from there, we go to CIWT before we go to national issues.
Thank you. I know this is one of the talking points that I'm actually interested in with tonight's conversation involving Senator Koga. Senator, thank you. I know earlier you stated that you are an extrovert and not an introvert. And for somebody listening somewhere in Buyao, it simply means you're somebody that's not able to hold what is inside of you, your feeling. You always like to express it. You're very assertive about it. And at least thank God that we're having this conversation, because the caucus has made known its position, the caucus that you're part of, and your colleague, Senator Twain, has been running for with it. But I also understand the person that the public knows Senator Koga to be, that very assertive and forceful flow fighter. The public has been concerned why Senator Koga, in their own words, sometimes say he remains tight-lipped on the issue. But again, good that you have clarified, why, because you said you've been playing bike role. And just recently, I think regarding the social responsibilities or obligation to MDA terms, recently there was an appearance of AML and other arms of the executive government responsible for concession in this country, among which included the Ministry of Mines and Energy. And in that briefing, the Ministry of Mines and Energy informed the Liberian people that the current MDA has 41 terms, 15 of these terms burden on the government of Liberia, and the remaining 26 on Asla Menta. And there were several questions thrown around the floor. But in no uncertain term, Minister Wilmer Pay of the Ministry of Mines and Energy, who is also a son of Nimba, made it clear that Mita has fallen flat below the employment benchmark indicated within the MDA, according to a report that they have gathered from Mita past 5 years report to the government of Liberia. And compared with that, quite recently, the CSA boss, Josiah Joker, appeared before the Senate. And in that appearance in June, Mr. Joker said that over 3,000 Indians currently work at Meta, and they are doing jobs that Liberians should be doing. Mr. Senator, in the wake of all of these, when the Ministry of Labor is reporting that nearly 90% of Liberians, including Nimbayans, are out of job, what public engagement have you been able to do or confront the company to ensure that your people, your Nimba people, are factored within? When we hear, you go to Meta, you see Indian people washing cars, and they even being flag bearer, fuel clerk, jobs that even ordinary high school Liberians should do. What is your role that the public can count on besides the behind the scene diplomatic engagement?
When I refer to myself as being behind the scene, as I said earlier, I give myself grace period. You enter a terrain, you cannot overshadow anything over there, you got to observe. So I give myself 90 days. No meaningful Liberian will accept Liberian to be out of job and foreigner takes the job that belongs to Liberian. I will support that quest to fight against that. But I want you to also realize that MDA sometimes, when the tenure requested for, that you sign a contract for, when that time elapses, based on the attitude or the performance or non-performance of that institution, it can be denied. And they call for new MDA that other people will bid. And you want you to have that at the back of your mind. So based upon all these consequences, ArcelorMittal is fighting hard to correct some of the mistakes that they made, while their year of termination still remain like 3 to 4 years. We are not rushing. The fact that if you're operating and you're not operating cordially with our inhabitants, we don't think we can extend your contract. But if they improve and cover the mistake within the period under review, we can extend that mandate. So I'm as I speak to you, everybody, Liberian, come to me, tons of citizens come for job. Where do I get a job from? It is through those spaces of vacancy or vacuum that will be created as a consequence of job creation, or dismissal or whatsoever, or vacancy created to replace these vacuums. As a senator, you will be proud that your citizens are working and they don't become beggar. So I stand with all those who support such quests. And one thing I want to tell you here is that I am not sitting because I want to sit. You made mention about the caucus made a position without you. No. You will only describe me as non-compliance when the caucus had come up with a position where I can't have the position. solemnly concerned. So I just want to let you know, we are very much concerned about citizens having job.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Thank you so much.
And I will also let the urge all the mind to be mindful. You know, from sociological term, ethnocentrism, it's a tendency where one believes that your culture is more important than other. The mountain belongs to all Liberians. If we put ourselves as though we are 100% owner of the place, pretty soon you will see many Liberians go against us in many approaches. So we got to be very meticulous how we handle how we approach it. So that's my advice also.
Thank you so much, Honorable Senator. Thank you to all of you following the show this evening. We'd like to recognize Josiah Menso Sami. We'd also like to recognize Ironic Guano watching from your Blonde Tour Town. Walter S. Fando also watching from Police Academy. Emmanuel Boone Wedon is also watching. And we have Chris Noah also watching us here this evening. Let's welcome you to the show. Siawete Zoget to your question on this, if you have any, before we go to national issues. We've gone 1 hour, 18 minutes or 21 minutes with the senator. Welcome, Siawete.
Thank you, Senator. With the issue of Mita appeared, if I can recall, a few weeks ago, and there were a lot of controversies surrounding the MDA. And Senator Twayen elaborated on the issue of transfer pricing, the way how Mita come up with the profit margin and is not being monitored. And I mean, with the issue of the key question here is that it talks in the MDA, it talks about training of Liberians after the MDA, after 1 year, with one of the senior 3 top positions, one should be occupied by a Liberian. And they are also Mita defaulted on those mandates from the MDA. What is there any provision in the MDA that requires penalty, or is there penalty for Mita over the years where they are not employ a Liberian to hold one of those top 3 positions?
Well, if such a thing happened, in the first place, there's a entity, I think, that responsible for concession oversight. I just forgetting the acronym or the name. They always supervise the process to inform the government about the activity, whether they're performing or not performing.
Bureau of Concession.
Very good. Thank you very much. The Bureau of Concession has a responsibility or lawful authority to ensure that those propositions in the MDA are adhered to. And it is in keeping upon them also to send a briefing to the legislature periodically on a quarterly basis. Predicated upon that, when that is discovered and an investigation is conducted, the MDA, under Article 57 of the 1986 Constitution, gave the President of the Republic of Liberia the power to negotiate foreign treaties, loan, grants, and other agreements. The other agreements, concession agreements, inclusive. These are all international agreements. When those agreements are ratified, I mean, they are signed by the President, then he referred to the legislature to domesticate by ratification. And when the ratification is made based on the negotiation being carried out by the President, when there are any other things, on the contrary, the Senate and the legislature, if there is any bad practice or anything that otherwise, the legislature saying, based upon our observation and empirical facts, we inform the President that these people are not compliant. And therefore, we find it difficult to work with them. Because it is the executive who signed the agreement, executive can cancel it through the Ministry of Justice.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Senator. It's really a good show here tonight. I mean, I'm actually enjoying the conversation. I'm learning from the Senator as well. Efanso, let's welcome you to this one. Your one question to the Senator shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Senator. Many a times, Senator, when you, the politician, go into election, there are promises made. People will say when we become representative or when we are elected, we will bring about hospital, good school, health care, all those stuff. I want to ask you if all of those promises made by you, the politician, in the past, have been actualized during your regime, coupled with the one you made during your regime, promising the people a good health care system in the country, good road network, good education, and also opportunity for jobs. I have been actualized.
The issue of commitment, you must have control over commitment. If not, you will soon be referred to as liar. So some of us are very careful where to commit and where to promise. We, during our first session in 2012 as representatives, during our campaign, we pledged to purchase 3 Kia Moto for the district because there were bad road conditions. The farm to market road was dilapidated. And then the people needed their goods to go to the market. We purchased it. The cheating that were achieved. We also promised that we were going to ensure that the tendency of people standing in a tree to call on GSM telephone, we want to use our lobbyistic means to ensure that in our first term, we brought 2 GSM towers in the district, Wutu and Bible respectively. And not only bringing a GSM tower, there are also social corporate responsibility that they give 1,500 US to Wutu. You understand? And as well as Bible. Let the citizens sit to decide. The road condition, we don't have money to buy yellow machine, but we utilize the county's yellow machine to open the roads. In our second term, we promised schools. We built about 3 schools. 2 is complete. 1 is man roofed, zinc, but to plaster, which is in Bimiplay. No, 4. 4. Currently, the one that in Liepley, I think a level roofing, your Liepley. We did it strategically because these areas, you will see the Bisland River from Liepley to Goma Play. And the distance from Liepley to Bimiplay is far. So we decided to erect an elementary school in Liepley. The school wanted to be there was an elementary, but if you went there, even it can be taken as vocational school. Those are been there. We built an elementary school between Ove Town and Siawe Village in honor of Siawe, who was a buckler to William V.S. Totman. And then Siawe, who was buckler to William V.S. Totman, and Ove, that was also a revenue agent that was assigned in Bam. In honor of them, we built that, and currently people are schooling in that building. We also were able to have gone, when I heard people talking about the IFA the last time saying that, how many persons will claim the IFA process and what have you, I just laugh. IFA, first of all, they were in Lofa. In 2016, there is a lady they call Priscilla. Priscilla's mother from Bo Tongwe. And then she got to know Warrior through one of Warrior uncles who were in the States. He passed now. And she came to lobby with the Nima Legislative Caucus, and she wanted a vote so that the loan agreement can be ratified for the process to go Nima. And what he brought her, we went to the meeting. Garrison, Tingma, and all the Nima Legislative Caucus, including the current vice president. We had the first meeting. And then afterward, election came in 2017. When the election came, what they decided not to contest, Garrison lost the election. So what he came to me and called the country director, Emmanuel Va, he's still alive, Priscilla still alive. If you want a number, I can send a number to you. I said how it started. And what he said, Kuga, no more in the house. The struggle we started, we need to ensure that the IFA project go in the district. So you are now in charge. You need to ensure that you work along with the other colleagues to make sure that IFA project go there. So IFA condition was they wanted a land and they wanted a guarantee from the citizen to get a land with a travel certificate. And to go see Bleed Valley, there were no rule. The condition also was that we should face the rule with our bare hands. Because we wanted it, I had a meeting. The then Commissioner Emmanuel Zua, Commissioner Zua, I called him and said, I want you to mobilize some boys. I'm going to send you some cash and food and rice to encourage our people to break that rule. So the overseas IFA boys are coming from Italy to go along with the agriculture team in the district to assess the area and test the soil. And that's the only precondition they said. So we got to work. We don't have yellow machine to open it. Within 1 week, that place was fresh. I went there supervisor. I went with the team. Even though they get their down to go, but as overshadow, what do you call it? I took the responsibility to ensure that food and other logistics were provided to go in that area. We went there. People came from Nikwea, Nyo, Yao, all with convoys in Bipley. When they saw the place, they said, "Y'all give us a week. We're going to do a soil test." They took the sample and carried it abroad. They came back with a result. We were praying that the place be good. And then when they went and came, they said the place was fertile, but they needed 75 acres of land. How do we acquire the 75 acres of land? We decided to call the 8 affected towns, namely Bipley, Nietu, Utu, Grotu, Teaple, Nyale, and Maple. I think that 7 towns. This town was the one who had a common boundaries within our forest. We had a meeting with them and I asked them whether the land is owned by any other person. They said the only person who get parcel or land to here before that Quigley, the Quigley family, but the rest of the place for us. So I said, where is the Quigley land? A portion, they said, there is a place. I said, so can we go in the place there and inspect? We went there and visited the place. We assessed the area we came by. The women wing chairlady, the youth chairman, the development chairman, the town chief, the parliament chief, and the clan chief of that identical Chidon. They came along with us in Bipley and they signed and wrote a travel certificate and gave it to me as a legitimate means for the people to have the faith and the hope that yes, the land does not belong to anybody. We brought a certificate, we invited IFA in my office, we turned the certificate over to them. And the agreement was for 30 years. And they had 9 million for road connectivity in the district. So I went back to the district and reported to them about the outcome of the IFA development. Within a twinkle of an eye, quickly came and filed a lawsuit along with Adolfo, Adu Moluba. Oh, are this on here? Wow. photo to SS, photo. Oh, you come out with one. There's something here. Wow. Call quick. Hello? Now come quick. Yeah, man. I definitely here. My boy, sorry. No, it's okay, Samuel. I'm sorry. I test the mouse and misplaced. Am I there? Hello?
You're loud.
Yes, go ahead,
you're loud,
Senator.
Senator.
Right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So we went and attended all the place, and they quickly filed a lawsuit. The IFA board ran to my office that there had been lawsuit on the land. And I told them whatsoever I had to do with that lawsuit, that the district is suing, not you. They bought, or I'm forgetting the name, man. He was the counselor for Adu Moluba and Quigley. I called him in my office, Duato. I didn't dare. He from a father from Ban, forgetting his name. Deto, very good. He was a counselor, Deto.
Christopher Deto.
Chris Deto, yeah. I told you, I said, you are a little boy. The land we're talking about, we're going to achieve from there. So you cannot circumvent the process. We're only until IFA, as I speak, they have Coco there and what have you. But they went beyond one way or the other. They quickly then were trying to have a home settlement behind the scene. But IFA project brought in tremendous infrastructure in the district. Bridges that we used to face problem with, they erected it. So when I hear people talking, say, oh, I brought it IFA, this, that. The IFA ratification at the law house, the vice president was serving as the co-chair on Ways and Means. Because it was a finance agreement. He gave it to me. He said, Koga, you go write that report and bring it. Our men will sign because we busy with budget hearing. And also for our election with Darrell DeLong at the time. I wrote that letter, the report in my office. I carried it to the vice president, and the vice president carried it to the Ways and Means memo, they signed. He was instrumental in the process. So when I sit down, people talking, say, oh, this one happy, we got a record, we got this. I don't want to comment on all those things. So we are done excellently well. When we were carrying Jesse, lights, football, and other things in the district, they both say it's not development. But today you will hear they say they're carrying football, they're carrying this, they're carrying that. But that is a process. I don't have a problem with those things. Yellow machine, we hired Yellow machine before to make intervention from Glule all the way to Balople, Butu, Bangui. We did that. When we realized that the issue of infrastructure, if you went to the district, Biple, which now is we, but within Yao, they have commissioner compounds. Then when you went to Butu, they had the superintendent compounds. And I have decided to build our current superintendent compound there. We decided to take the NIMA project, the Social Development Fund, to Dimpley. There where you can see the parliamentary compound there. There are a lot of things. We have a tripartite agreement with the student communities. The former president was Alfonso Miame. After Alfonso Miame, Emmanuel Dogolier came. After Emmanuel Dogolier, then Samuel Dan came. And we work with them on the scholarship scheme. And that money we get, we place it in the account and they utilize it. There are a lot of things that we undertook. This GON campaign, I did not make any major promises. And my reason was Senator Johnson has unfinished projects to complete those projects that he was carrying out. And then my own initiative now we embark on is you had a former late parliament chief, a renowned parliament chief, Yene Gang, the son of Goyanze from Lisono Kanwi. If you pass in Lisono Kanwi those days, you had an austere building there with elephant statue on it. The whole building now is dilapidated. we intend to undertake that project. We have sent some cement up. If you went to Tuazamasobo quarter in Ban, he was one of the renowned parliament chiefs. We're trying to undertake that project to erect it. There are several things that will happen. But the best thing here is that we realize that top to bottom methodology doesn't work properly, but rather we believe in bottom to top methodology, where we'll consult the citizen to know what are their likes and wants. And eventually we can engage into that.
Thank you so much, Honorable Senator. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's now carry you to national politics a little bit, then we can take leave of you tonight. You've served in the legislature for almost 13 years, let's say that. Now at the Senate, you are considered to be the father of Nima County. I'm curious to know your staff structure at the Senate. I mean, your office staffers. Is it like solely from District 5 where you hear from before, or you have other people from across the county? Senator, you are muted. Whoa. Senator, you are muted. Can you try to unmute yourself shortly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's okay now.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, the composition of my office comprised of all the tribes in Nima County. So we took everything into consideration. The Madingo, the Kran, the Gbi, the Gio, the Mano, everybody are taken into consideration in my office, not from one district.
Thank you. On the national scene, let's start with you, Siawete. We're going to start from the bottom to the top. If there is any question for the honorary senator you ask, then we end up with Afanso.
Thank you, John, and thank you to the senator for the elaboration tonight. I mean, I must commend you for all of what you have said. You know, that shows clearly that you represent the good people of Nimba. And we did not make a mistake to elect you and to support you. Senator, my attention is drawn to the current situation. While it's true you people are on break, but we follow the issue of the Executive Order 151, where the president made as in regards to the issue of the rubber restriction, the export of rubber. And we are seeing some of your colleagues have made their position, like Honorable Tawongbe and that of Senator Yang Tuayen. You now being one of the senators right now as one of the senators from Nima, what could be your position? Because we have one of the rubber stick actors here, he also was giving his position on that executive order that will affect them as a broker and also a farmer. So I wanted to get your view on the executive order regarding the exportation of rubber.
In the first place, you know, from my understanding of governance, executive order is by statute. It's a constitutional mandate. It's like declaring a state of emergency, for example. It gave the president 7 days to report to the legislature to tell the legislature why they declare state of emergency. When the explanation is not convincing, it is incumbent upon the legislature to revoke. The issue of executive order is a 1-year period. We could say anything here, you will condemn it, you will say that. But it is a constitutional requirement of the president. So if you understand government, you can negotiate to see if the president can reflect that. Because the president made a decision, if he challenged it, the president, well, I got a constitutional mandate. then it becomes tussle. So with respect to that, I believe I will liaise with my colleagues to see if we can book appointment with the president to see reason that he can reverse the decision. But I have a constitutional right.
Yeah, John, I beg you a few seconds. Yeah, Honorable Senator, while it's true you had to revert to your colleagues, why are you reverting to your colleagues? Is it there are issues within the executive order that is not beneficial to the citizens?
You say?
No, I said you said you were going to get to your colleagues so that you can revert to the president. So my question is, why are you reverting to the president? Is there sticker issues that need to be resolved before the executive order, or there are things that won't benefit the raw sector or the brokers?
The issue here, what I said, we got to negotiate with the president, we got to discuss with him. Once he's representing the people as a senator, and the president make a decision which fall within a purview, and you feel that it had an outright effect on your citizen, you don't know which position inform the decision. He may explain to us. So if he explained, and we see that in the short term, our people will benefit, and we realize also that within that period, our people will not benefit, it is in keeping upon us to ask him to reverse the decision in a respectful manner. Because he is the president, he had the authority.
Thank you. Prentice, let's hear you on this. Your question.
Stay with Executive Order 151. Senator Koga, we understand our democracy calls for check and balance within, the three separate branches of government in the spirit of coordination. So, in the spirit of check and balance, first day, as Senator of Nimba, and that happens to be the county with the largest share of small holders within the rubber industry, has there at any point in time, the issue or issues that smallholder farmers of rubber have with this executive order being brought to your attention?
No, I haven't heard that. I heard it on radio, the executive order, but for a formal communication to come to the legislature or to us or to me as a senator, not to my knowledge. But as I said, it's something that claimed the attention of us. We don't know about what means that the president had decided to place an executive order. We got to inquire. And then we'll also be able to sit with the local farmers to know what are the way forward.
But so my final question, looking at the executive order 151, what's your personal take on it?
In terms of what?
Does it favor local or smallholder rubber farmers, or it put them at a point of disadvantage at the expense of big corporations, including Firestone, Lab, Jetty, and other big foreign corporations operating in Liberia?
For the local team, it put them in a kind of a difficult situation. But you got to get insight of what constituted or what informed the decision. Then when you're coming out to the public, whether to condemn or to accept, then you have sufficient information on the issue. But from the local team, because the local farmer do not have the ability as compared to the big rubber industry to process rubber. So all the questions will be proper to know. So if you say the local farmers should not, how do they work about it? And what would be the methodology applied? The question needs to be answered. Then when you get into your people, you will inform them that, look, the decision, the government doesn't have concrete information to give or to convince us. And therefore, this is our position on the issue.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Shadrach Tobe, let's hear you from there. We will end with Fanso Wongbo.
All right, thank you, Jim. Senator, thank you for your explanation tonight. We are learning from you as well. So my question on a national issue, we are going to let me question long, but I want to emphasize on it a bit so that you can answer me properly. There's a policy called liberalization on our book. That gave the Liberians to do a certain business that foreigners cannot do. That leverage, for me personally, I have not seen it practical in our society where Liberians working in store are just store ball, just say cardboard, in place that way. Even on a contract level. So for Liberian business to get contract, a bigger contract, is very difficult. I'm saying it because we have experience about it, and some of us have a little consulting firm. If you apply, you and Lebanese go there, they got a contract, and you have people on the side. So you've been in the house for 13 years as a leader. You made one statement in Goma Play when we all fought tirelessly to bring to power. I said, it really got to me as a good leader. You said, I am not in leadership to do business because my business attitude will it will conflict other business people who live by business. So my leadership is to demonstrate leadership instead of making business. Because if I in leadership, I want to do business, I will get more power to bring contact to myself. That made me to feel very good about it that very day during your appreciation message. Now, you as a lawmaker and legislature, looking at Liberia in the economy being spectator, suffering to get even a $2 contract or even to work in the office is difficult. They are being used as store. If you try out the country, same thing. So we want to identify Liberia. You as a lawmaker with your colleague, what are you guys thinking on to bring the law into to enforce it for Liberia to benefit in their own economy, so that we will give other households a better living standard? Thank you.
Unlike these days, those days, in order for you to get a job in Liberia, there was charity bond, property valuation bond before they get you a job. The reason being that if you do anything on the contrary, your property will be seized as a collateral. No more happen these days. The liberalization policy also requires that certain commodities be set aside, particularly for Liberians. For instance, if you had an industrial company in Liberia that manufacturing goods, they are not to sell retail, but the process by which it can be sold by Liberian is referred to as distributor. In order for you to be distributor for that company, you must have a collateral of 500,000 US. So that when the goods is given to you, anything that happens, there is a collateral to it. You understand?
Yeah.
The easier way Liberians should be able to conglomerate themselves and gather our resources and go into that process. Eventually, you will see that Liberia will be the major distributor in Liberia, and those goods, the major manufacturer in Liberia take the goods and carry to Tapeta, Grand Jide, and Maryland. These are one of the hurdles. And how can that be mitigated? The central bank of Liberia supposed to be the medium by which will serve as a collateral to the Liberian local business. But equally so, you must have bank account that you'll be able to be paying the money through central bank. And these are the hurdles.
Thank you, Senator.
The issue of store ball and what have you, it is truth. And many a times, one of the problems when we call people for session, we invite them to plenary, their concern have been, if we put a man as a store boy, and he or as a cashier. And at the end of the day, to report he run away with our money, what is the guarantee? These questions are unanswerable. We got to answer that question. What guarantee? Because, for example, Mafasin is in Canada. He went to loan from the bank. And the requirement of the country says that you must employ Canadian to work in your areas. You, as a foreigner, you only do wholesale, not retail. But there is no guarantee to Mafasin who credited money from who to loan from the bank. And one of the citizens has squandered with huge sum of money. All the implications of the government, we got to address it. Not tell the hard truth. We got to address those things. So if you want to be working in those places, there must be some guarantee. We need to bring that back. Then Liberia will be able to be balanced and do business. And then the foreigner that also coming will be balanced to do the business on a calm atmosphere. That's where the conflict lies. But those jobs that they are doing, in my mind, is a matter of fear. For example, go to the Fula store, you will see so if you come on wheelbarrow that take good from that store to carry out at Fulanese. We got to put ourselves in order in a shape that will be respected in society. That we are a country of reputable people. That when people entrust us with things, we'll be able to work and return. So these are the difficult, it's a win-win situation. It's wrong for a Liberian to be there where a Lebanese is taking things for the share, giving it out. But we got to put mechanism into place. The Ministry of Commerce into work. For example, the informal industry. The Wheelbarrow Association is one of the biggest industry in Liberia. The motorcyclist industry. These are informal industry that bring finances to the government. We need to put mechanism into place. Why it is true that they are riding motorbike, there should be vocational school. Put into play with regulations that you need to go to school after the period of time. It will build a nation. It will regenerate the incoming generation. It will make them knowledgeable to help the country. So all of us here complaining, we all got to watch ourselves and be very, very clear to the point that we ourselves will exert efforts. Those stores you see here, those buildings here, the money were taken as loan right from Liberia here. That is building our own country, right in Liberia. For example, there are few Liberians that are enhancing productivity in terms of commitment to the process. But many a time, Liberian men will go take loan from the bank, the first thing you will go buy Mercedes Benz. You want to be a good horse. Now the money, he's forgetting to pay the loan that he took. So at the result, you will hear you either hear they say the man has corner, he gone to Arroco because he gone bankrupt. All these things we need to work on it. So these are some of the hurdles that we in society all got to work out. It's everybody's problem.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. We spent almost 2 hours with you here. Alfonso, let's come to you.
If you want to go, even 1 o'clock there at Dell.
I love that.
You laugh. I say I want to host people.
No, we're tired. Alfonso,
go to school tomorrow. And I will thank you, Senator, for all of what you said. It's good. I'm carrying you back in the legislature where you led a group that took that unseat the previous, let's say the past speaker, Fonati Kofa, and there are some allegation, or maybe in your plan to remove him, there was some allegation that he mismanaged fund or he overspent some of a budget line, and there are some other sticky issue in the house. why since the removal of the speaker up to now, there have been no proper investigation into the allegation level against him. And what are you to tell the people of Liberia, Nimba, and the people of District 5? What is your stand on the fight against corruption when some of the allegations are leveraged against people and there is no, action taken? Now the first one. The second one is there's a bill in the House, long stay in the House, we refer to as the single currency bill. Other countries in the world, leaders take their salary in their currency. But Liberia, all the leaders take salary in another country's currency, which is the United States dollar, even though they are pushing over the Liberian dollar, something that we don't have control over. If we are to use our own currency, I think we'll have control over our economy and other things. But we are using two currency, and somebody proposed that single currency. Why you think is a sticky issue of the single currency? Do you think it's possible that Liberia use a single currency instead of using dual currency?
My proposition would be simple saying. It's a minority had their will and had their saying, and majority had their will. The bill you're talking about was proffered by the then Representative Jeremiah Kuhn. But Liberia currency, dual currency is by statute. So in order to change that, you got to first of all amend or repeal the act. So when that act was and that bill was introduced, the previous act was not repealed. You understand? So that one of the problems. And besides that, the currency issue in Liberia is a very sticky issue on grounds that Liberia is a replica of America laws and constitutions. But if you went America, they're still holding 1 cent. But we, the government official majority, decided to live in the Western world, and they are the mover and shaker. To repeal the law, it will circumvent your well-being in the diaspora. But that identical decision actually, it left with the willpower of the president of the Republic of Liberia. He needs to be decisive on it. So we support the idea to have one currency, but we are going to revisit, that is, we will find out where the bill is currently. If we will reintroduce by repealing the previous act that talk about dual currency to single currency, there will be a new bill that will come. Yeah. So that's my take on the issue.
So can we count on you to put for that on the floor? Can we count on you to reintroduce that on the floor?
Presumably. I use presumably because I first of all said I'm going to check to know where the bill is currently. If it is not found, then we can do that. We can embark on that. So presumably.
Thank you. To the issue of Fonatikova removal. Yeah.
You know, interestingly, if I were a representative at this time, I would have been best suited to answer that question. I have gone down to the Senate. And Liberia legislature is a bicameral legislature. You had the Senate and you had the House of Representatives. These two individuals cannot interfere until others are done with one side and reach to the other side. So if we passing a bill at the lower house, at the House of Representatives, it cannot become a law until the Senate concur. And when the Senate concur as well, the president got to sign it, and then the Foreign Affairs printing to hand bill, then it become law. So now I cannot advocate or say anything on behalf of the House of Representatives. While we're talking, if Funati was elected as a senator, I would say pursue that issue. But I believe and trust the ability of my colleagues that left at the House of Representatives that they will do the needful. And it is our anticipation that the rifle team will be done. But one of the issues is another crime supersedes another crime. As some under our jurisprudence, where a capital building that will refer to as the house that hold the decision of the Republic of Liberia got burnt, and the investigation is ongoing. It supersedes a lot of things. Funati cannot be going to court for arson at the same time putting corruption charges. So we'll do it one at a time. I believe my colleague will do that. But arson is a grievous issue that we all need to be concerned about.
Okay. Let me just put this. Then we can go. The U.S. were in the country during the past regime. It was around 150 for some years, and later around the electionary period, it went to 200. Now that the new administration is in office, what is said that the U.S. will still remain around 190? And what is the willpower the then president used to keep it at 150 that this president cannot use?
Well, I'm not an economist. I let to speak on issue that I'm informed. Because any statement from Amor is a policy. The public will follow it. The public will investigate. So I will consult and confer with Senator Yan Toyin. These are fun-ass boys. And they know they got inside on no information. So I will learn from him on that aspect. And then he will educate me. I wish that I come by on this show, I will be able to adequately, explain to you, sir.
But Senator is always get financial expert in your office.
I beg you, Afanso.
You got to pay for the financial expert.
Thank you so much, Senator. Before we take leave of you, this is so, maybe I might say, is for my personal interest. I want to know from your office, Liberians, let's say lawmakers in Liberia have been praised for sending students abroad to go to school. From your time serving as a legislator and now a senator, have you ever sent students abroad, maybe any of these African countries or European countries, to seek higher education?
Well, for me, if somebody is hungry and you have the last spoon of rice and the person ate it as a means of survivability, that survive, and you sat out there to brag on it means that you are disgraced a person. What you do for somebody, not something you brag or I done this for the person, I done this for the person. I believe based on my working style, this is the reason why I've been elected many times. And I can tell Liberian people, when I was campaigning, I told you I don't have money. I don't have money. I don't want to malign anybody. I don't have business. Where do I get money from cash to go pay somebody's school fee in America? If I had the opportunity where I liaise with police abroad who could give me a link to say we'll help, and we'll help you with 2-3% to go for further study, I will do it. But to say I get physical cash set aside to tell somebody, my brother, I will not lie to you. I will be a big liar. I don't have that money. But locally, I can look at some schools, some university in Liberia, and say I will help you on this and what have you. Let me tell you, my children, 2019, they came to me and said, Papa will fund a scholarship to go to China and they're going to be free of charge. I'm explaining my personal issue with you today so you can understand. And I was happy. They left. When they went there, it turned to money where each student will be paid $2,500 per semester or something like that, and no way that you can escape that responsibility. You will either go credit to go and make sure you settle the requirement, because if you let your children to be there, they probably say, whole representative saying what they said there back, shameful thing. We're constrained to do that. So I don't want to do things to people children that they will go. I don't have the money when they call my telephone, no way. Then they say, all the spiritual, the messenger, we're hungry with it. You will not respect me as your leader. Let me be truthful to you that if I don't have, I should tell you. That's the reason.
Thank you, Senator. We really appreciate the time you've been here tonight. We tell you thank you for taking your busy schedule to stay here, inform the people of District 5, inform the people of Nimba and the people of Liberia. Finally, before we take leave of you, maybe like 2 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour, give us your parting comment.
Yeah, thank you very much. One thing I don't know whether Avin is following the show because I'm not seeing him.
Avin is here. Let me bring him on.
Yeah, bring him on. Because I'm talking a little
please bring your camera on.
I can bring my big brother here, then I'll show up. So I've been sitting in the back.
When you born a child and the child trying to represent you, whether in Assemblies, I use the word Assemblies because his father is dead. May his soul rest in peace. And his father was one of the renowned radio broadcasters. He decided that his father's legacy should remain. Such an inheritance, you got to hold it very careful. The radio BKS in Buto is not proceeding well. Everybody on our radio station get their own Kennedy. When the other person Kennedy is fighting to go in city to defend a Kennedy, it's not promoting the station. The station is meant to disseminate information and preach gospel to the people. You need to put your feet on it. I'm saying it on the platform to tell you that I don't even grant it. They don't grant me interview anymore because of that. A leader must be respected. Having for that radio station to come on, what process we went through back and forth between you and myself. Today, the dream has come to reality. You need to put your feet on the ground. That radio, to have a radio station that disseminates information and not play thing. Because any information that comes from General Moore in that place, it go worldwide. So when it's not safe talk and you're not careful, people will look at you that you will blame. No other person I will blame beside you because you brought the station there. That's my message to you. The boys that are there, you need to select them and go for further training and do professional journalism. Journalism is not something to say, my man, I'm a time today to go there. My Kennedy will come. It put the leadership, those who want to be leader in our district at loggerhead. They go there and saw each other, then they laugh. It's not a good thing. Sometimes when I'm in the district, the old people want to say, real man, Adita. We'll call it not a good sign. The effort you apply is for your father's name to remain on this planet Earth, to be respected. We all love that. I salute you for it. That's my only recommendation to you. That's my only recommendation to you. When you go there, they must be professional. Whether you like the person, you don't like the person, what you need to discuss is what the person is capable of doing, not going to the person closet. It's not a good thing. You guys that on the platform, we are getting a little bit older. But we are working government. It is our anticipation that after us, you people will succeed us. If you're going on the contrary, we don't tell you, we'll be harming ourselves because the stage we on, when you come there, when we are sitting at our old age, we need respect. You should be able to come to me or come to us without favor or fear for consultation. So we want to admonish you guys the effort you take to sit on the platform, other people are doing basic things to improve their lives. But you decided to devote your time to be on the platform at this hour. It's a service to the people. I want to commend you guys. And always try to balance the news or your information. Whenever they mention somebody, make sure you call the person. Phone the man. Oh, they say so thing about you, want to get clarity from you. If the person said things, you will know, the public will investigate. You are there to open the platform for everybody to exert themselves or avail themselves. But I must commend you guys ever so much, because this is a very brilliant idea you have brought out. You got Spoon TV, you got OK, all those media-led places all over. For us, the native land are fun. For a child to come from there and open a platform today is so proud to me. And I'm waiting at any time to promote you guys. I want to say God blessing upon you people. Thank you ever so much. Let us advise the people that are going to the election that it should be peaceful. The issue of leadership, whosoever God destined will work with that person. A leader don't keep things at heart. So we're not keeping anything against anybody over there. But the people should make their decision. Any decision they make, whether the right decision, because the majority will. And we'll respect it. So I want to say thank you, guys. That God bless all of you. Mafasing, I don't know when you're coming to see your big brother. When are you inviting me? They may, I mean, invited me the last time when I went in the state. Water. So
okay, I think the Nigerian Association here will be having a program, and we intend to have you a part of it. You, the vice president, I think they reached out to me about it, and so you will receive a letter, and when you are here, then we can talk about it. The other thing is, you guys have to work with the president's office, the two senators, to ensure the vote we give the UP administration, there should be a dividend. The buyer has to be in government, and we have to work together, strengthen our unity, not only in words, but through collective resources to ensure that the bigger picture is achieved. So I think we have to talk after this off camera.
No problem, no problem. I will appreciate that. It is necessary, you know. You don't know all.
Yeah.
At times we feel that we're doing the best. But those of you, our young brothers that are coming on, some of you have masters, some of all with just BSc holder. You understand? So you can project some things that will help our leadership. Our doors are open for all of you. When you be made tomorrow, I feel proud. They say when your little brother is rich, the richer is nothing to the big brother, because when you don't have envious spirit, you feel that your little brother money. You feel happy for him to go up. I say an envious big brother will come and say, why is it that your little brother will get SYZ? I don't have. So we pray for every one of you day and night. Because when you are promoted and when you're doing something good, they say, oh, Nima Kante is sophisticated. Nima got minimum resource. So when those things are happening, we feel happy. At time your call at the spare time, any information you hear, you want to inquire, you call, we'll let you know. We'll discuss it. So thank you very much. And we are waiting. If you invite us, we'll find me to come. If I don't get money, I'll ask you to buy my plane ticket. Oh, you laughing?
So why the host kept me behind the scene for 1 hour 15 minutes?
Huh?
I wanted to bring you.
Magui Naka again, you.
I wanted to bring you.
The host kept me behind the scene for 1 hour 17 minutes now. For what reason?
Because the man who defeated you, the man who defeated you was online.
I don't defeat him. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't come here and say you don't appreciate me. My father could be you, but I know somebody told him carry him and later left it down. So don't forget about him, man. We got to where to go. Here must get talk.
Breaking news there.
They say be making fun. When you live there or you want to, they say, I want to do that here. Traditionally, I appreciate you. So that why you happy to hear Garrison. The Nima boss said, Mike, you young, Garrison young. You want to throw your people out in the public? No, you should not do that. So it will not defeat the advising.
Okay, see how you live now.
Huh?
Bring me live. I got my suggestion to be made, but it will be off the platform.
Okay.
We are all come from the background of civility. Even Orokoga and myself went to the election and he won. No day I distance myself from him since he won.
No.
If I were not maybe the first among the candidates I went to the race, I might be the second to congratulate him. The day of
I not calling here at Garrison. I even met him at the capital Hawking, but he just showed hand to me.
The day of his certification. The day of his certification, I was also a part, but I arrived late. And to keep me behind.
But Garrison,
to keep me behind the scene and feed I will come to see anything distracting.
Disclaimer. What I said was my personal view.
No, now you, Printer, you are not a host. Printer, you are not a host. But I feel it was not good because. No, now you, Koga. Just listen to me.
I'm asking if you leave the stage.
No. Don't leave here.
No, you gotta stay.
Yeah. You told you're going to stay all night.
You're coming here for.
We are joking.
So, what happened is, on the show, since we started the District 4, the District 5 election process, you all know that all of politics, I've been one person who's been defending Orokoga based on the unfolding drama that is in District 5 now. So you don't think, even I cannot be so that illiterate to even come on the show to show my limitation. Orokoga is our leader. All of us went into the process. Orokoga was just also won by Yantwa, and today they are working together.
Yeah.
Everything in Nima is about time. All of people speaking our direction. As you and myself sitting today, little did I know that someone will call me in Moreover to say Mike can be a national mobilization chairperson for a political party, which is a very huge task. So if I come here, nobody feel that anything that will show rudeness to the people and the senator, it will come from my mouth. No, I don't do that. I don't even run my politics in that way. I don't go for politics and even mention people's name when I'm campaigning. I don't do that. So, I just want to say thank you for coming on our platform. I know your voting card got missing, but you were not able to be in a capacity to go and renew your card. But like we said, the party statement you were giving now,
wait, my, I don't got you. John, man, let me tell you something. What you can be real, brother. When we pass grade, we were going everywhere I reached, we were coming on the road. But I saw some real guru there from Morovia. I don't know where they were. They organized themselves. They lifted me up. Now they were pushing my weather up. When we got the tabata now in a gallery, when I turn around, fell my behind, no wallet. I got 2,700 US. I got my bank card, my national ID card, my driver license, everything. I said, oh, go. All the things they were talking in the program, I'm not even listening to it. I never put that myself. They go election, they turned the show before I heard it. It was the very Friday I heard it, knew that was the deadline to leave from Morovia around 4 o'clock to go. I said, no way. So, and I esteem myself from the process again. It's a good opportunity for me that I'm not voting. So
then how might know that your car lost? How might know?
It was an open secret.
The man myself get told. Then he's out of you know.
No, but
the masses know that leader, and the masses just survive on you.
Yeah, on a serious note,
I was just praying. I said, hey, they could get my voting card here. I'll be happy.
Hey, I'm going to know that I'm going to protest and say the man who not voting for him say he can go for him.
What about when I get
So
that not
again,
raised
I want
over
to
there?
say I want to say a very big thank you to you. The reason I'm telling you thank you is what those guys are doing or the other folks are doing on Spoon is not a big thing. That's why we always organizing ourselves appropriately so that people can feel that they are playboy. No matter how the situation is, when you reach the age of maturity, there will be one day certain thing that you say in the midst of people, it will make sense. So all of us have come here to be able to bring us some ideas that will be in the best interest of our Liberian people. So if we call you people, the people that they want appear on our show, they give us more audience, they give us more listeners, because people want to follow you to know what you have to say. So we will be bringing most of the lawmakers here one at a time, but focus point now is the issue in District 4. What I saw there yesterday was not actually good to me. I think if anybody saw the video, you see my car in the video. I left from Monrovia yesterday around 5 a.m. in the morning and going straight to Dimpley for the burial of Reverend Samuel Paul Sr. When I got to Dimpley, the guys who came to a wheat cook or quarter, they blocked the road. Boris was coming and Zuni was going. You guys don't want the other people to pass. And quarter was still in Biatu. So the boy who driving for Zuni got angry when he took the wheel ring. He even wanted to mock somebody. We had to make our way yesterday, got down from our car when we stopped there. And it was so. So now I will actually encourage you, as you are seeing yourself from the process, you got a heavy voice in the district because you led the district for almost close to 14 years. To also send a peace messages to them so that all of us can say the same thing. Because whosoever wins become one of the leaders of NIMBA. And if you get people inside the community that will be wounded by your supporters and you win, the community will not be happy with you in your leadership. So let all of us send out a peace message to them so that the good thing can be done. We really appreciate you. Maybe after the election now we'll be calling other people. We'll call you. Why is it you were supported by Koto and you're not also in a district campaigning for Koto?
Koto say you come to be there 1,005. He said it. That one he said it on radio.
Koga, if you go on a farm now where you are brushing Kazao farm, you put 100,000 liberty there. You will go can you see it tomorrow. The next day you go can you see the 100,000 there. It will not work until it's given to people at different means. So those who dare to who believe in Yantua, if they are seeing Yantua there, they might vote for Koga, but because they're not seeing Yan, they will say our boss man not there. And one thing I said on the radio on Canvas of Peace, Radio Kekema, Radio Sekbebi, is that why is it they are yet talking about Koga that they just voted for and they know according in the all necessary due respect. So what began on Greek who also won the NDRT? Is he not going District 5 to do? Why is Naka Gay doing? Why is Semia now? Who is the Coco chair and also the NDR representatives? Why is he doing? Why is NMC doing? And Koga no link is ringing. So they are not all part of the party. You go send Zapede, he stood in a public place today, he was speaking so you are English. The Oma who just came from the farm, I think what you got to do with that kind of English as Zapede was speaking today. For Koga, I mean, Koga said more for you, just saying looking at me. I was saying you got a video. The more for you saying looking at me because the teacher they made talking Koga said now you understand it. So you're almost driving people away.
Mike, we'll come back for our post analysis.
So we just want to say thank you for coming. After the show, after the election, we also want to be inviting you people because as you come on the show, your supporters will also want to listen to you on some key issues. We got so many issues that we got in Nimakandela require discussion, but for now we're focusing on the election so that it can be peaceful. So we really want you to add your voice on the 2 radio stations. Even Radio Kekema, because Radio Kekema has been played across there, Radio Canvas of P and Radio Seklipi. So 3 radio stations, they have been played across there. So you should sometimes add your voice to our voices from now to Tuesday so that we can have a good process going on and a peaceful one in the district. But DK, I'll send you I sent you the information that John Colley. Okay, John Colley sent me the information today. John Colley from Zumane.
No, we'll talk about John later. We'll talk about John later.
The debate will be on the 6th. Finally.
We'll talk about John later. See you at back. You let Bobby get talk for 30 seconds, then we can come to you so you conclude. They will let the senator go.
Okay. Yeah, Ellis. Where are lots of booming?
You want you? I mean, well, you want bring? I mean, bring on.
You can't call. Boy, what did need some more? They may depending on you talk about now.
My way are coming in. You know, John keeper at the buy weed as a weed I'll be giving on a Rokoga, tough time, and you keep her at the buy so we can appear.
Bobby, how will be bringing my father from your day? I want me to bring you out again. Tough question.
But it's not a tough question because he said when they divided district, we will be district 11 and you contest in district 11, you need a man suppose you not talking anything.
I agree. Well, on a serious note, Honorable Senator, thank you very much for coming here today. We really appreciate and I appreciate you for coming. It's good that you came here. You know, when you do most of those clarity, people know. Like I always say, if you are not close to somebody, you will not know who the person is until you get close. You will always say things that you see from the surface. But coming close to the person, then you know who the person is, and you will see the actual, truth in it. I appreciate you for coming. And this station, like you and we've been talking at the back, we've been talking a lot. This is your own station, this is your own property, this from your home, this from your district, and it's from your county. So we pray you shouldn't distance yourself from this station. Anytime, let your office and your door be open, your phone be open for this station. I know you will do it, and you always do it for other people. But coming here today to give all the clarification, there have been a lot of ringing, a lot of questions, and a lot of doubt cloud that we all been in the middle. We don't know where it is. But for you to come and clarify to us today, I appreciate. Thank you very much for coming, and this shouldn't be the end. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Aloysius, Yao Bumi. Let's get you 30 seconds.
I want to ask Aloysius a question before you can.
Yes, sir, Chief.
Oh, you say yes, sir, Chief. You supported quarter 2023. Why are you moving from beyond quarter now?
First of all, I would like to. Yeah, I did not support quarter 2021 or not in any way.
2023.
Okay, 2023. Not in any way. Not in any way. No, not in any way. I've had supported quarter. You can follow. You can follow all of my comments, all of my activities. I never. But okay, I did not also oppose him. That's what I did. Not support, not oppose.
So now, what about now?
Now, not in support of Qatar. It's clear. It's obvious.
I just want to add a clarity.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, again, on Orokoga, once a boss, always a boss. So, congratulations on your win. And we were here when Senator Johnson passed away. I was his first person who came up with a statement that you're the next senator of Nimakande. In the chat room, people came, they said I was not grieving, the old man, and all of those things. And I did not stop there. We support you, to the end. Even we are unfanized. We supported you. And some of the reasons because we needed dress by dress in Buyao. And what we what we fought for is what we are seeing today. And we appreciate you, your wins, and we are happy that you are senator for Nimakande, and our Buyao is Buyao. And things is going the way it's going. I don't have any questions because there's no time, nothing. I just repeat myself, congratulating you. My little, disappointment was when you came to the United States. Even though I have been there, I'm not too far. I live in the state of Iowa and not too far from Minnesota. We are loved, to have been there. We have been there. But we are establishing, we are a family here, and our kids are so young. And so we find it difficult to leave from where we are now because we don't have anybody, to take care of our kids. So because of that, we're not able to travel to meet you. But I expect that you at least have some, communications or maybe a teleconference with the citizens of Booyah, especially for those who are here and were in support of you. We never, heard anything of such. I guess you were busy with your engagement, and that is not anything. So we are happy for you. And I'm a boss. I worked with you a couple of years before coming to America. I know you well. And we are happy that you ascended to that level. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, Chief.
Junior.
CEO, you can come in before we let the senator go.
Yeah, I find it kind of difficult sometimes to call him senator because the name that I'm used to, I think he said my attest to his big brother. I always call him big brother. I want to say thanks again for taking up your time to come. You've always been supportive of our BKS organization as a whole, not just the radio station. I know we won't talk everything on air here, but you were the first that actually helped me secure a contract with Lone Star. So I've always applauded you for that. So as far as the radio station, the staff at the local radio station there goes, I understand your point. I understand your frustration. I know we've talked about it off air, but we've noticed that as well. In fact, I talked to the board director just 2 days ago, and we are working on that. That's something that has come to our attention, and we are working on that. My colleague, Kevin Deming, actually went there to conduct a debate a few days ago. And the goal was for him to stay there and also work with the staff, the management are there, and conduct some training. So that's something that we are working on. We are aware of that. So your recommendation, your suggestions are all well noted. We take note of that, and we don't take that lightly. So I'll take that back to the board in Butu there and all the other leaders to see how we can work on that and to improve our platform. As Mark said, this is our platform. This is for Nimba. You are the leader. You are a senator from Nimba, and also happen to be from our area. So this is for us. We ask that you and all other leaders from Nimba support this. And I think with your support and everyone else support from Nimba, we will have our own platform and make it a bigger platform. Again, I want to say thank you so much for answering our calls and coming up on here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Before you go, we actually take that recommendation you just brought in on our radio station. It's necessary that we ourselves are in Liberia. Those of us are in Liberia. We pay visitation to the radio stations to also talk to them. At a certain point in the 2020 election, when the group of guys from the camp of Garrison went and vandalized the area, having called me, he said, Mike, this is what I'm hearing. You have to go to the place. I said, I will go there. But sometimes the guys at the radio station are the reason for some of the brutality. I don't know what happened there. Why it is true I'm supporting Kun, I don't know what happened there. So when I having myself talk, I don't say we cannot shave any bring on Kuga now because before we could obtain a radio station today, Kuga was the first person who started here for us and did a lot of things. And we went to Senator Johnson and we concluded on that and we carried the radio station. So anything that happened there, find me, let we ourselves service of material and be able to get the same thing I said when I got to Butu. I got a duty of the information coming from my own friend Alfonso Miam and the rest of the people because the way they proceeded. Giving time, allotting time to those people for a longer period of time and keeping other people in suspense because of interest was the reason. So we cannot say there the property that we suffer for, put all our resources behind, then it get damaged under the watch of our eyes. So we will check in to see what unfolding. Sometimes we'll speak on the radio to also speak to those who are also there to concentrate them on some of those happenings so that it cannot create the scene of action that will bring damages to the radio station. We are going to stay and we need to manage it.
Thank you. So we gotta let the old man go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta let the old man go.
Over town now.
Yeah, even though he said he wants to stay for a long,
But the man said he let the music that he call.
Chief, John said he call him to
Sorry, Paul, it's my music that's small. Come on,
say man. The next time we bring on here,
next time I'm going to show you, put it on.
So what about your other music? Your other music I say. The other music I say, Kaglugwama no say pop. You like it now?
Why you talking so big? That music I like. That is not Dakota Mayor, Emmanuel. Oh, I thought you resemble one boy in North Dakota.
Yes. Oh. So yeah, but yeah, we'll let you go. Short and sweet. We want to leave the taste in people's mouth. So next time we'll say the honorable coming. Shout out to you. You give us
the close of the campaign. We will come in with a word of caution.
Okay.
I think all need to be on show that night to caution everybody. Everybody get their opinion, advices, how they will proceed in the electoral process and what have you. So I'll be part of it, and maybe you'll be around
it will be Monday night.
Saturday night?
No.
It will be Monday night.
No, you're talking about campaign, the close of campaign.
No, we're not discussing campaign, we're talking about the pieces of your verse.
Oh, okay. The show will dive into electoral.
If the election will be on Tuesday, then it will be on Sunday night.
It will be Sunday night.
Yeah, we're going to do it Sunday night.
Yeah.
So campaign closes Saturday.
Okay.
3 days in between.
Yeah, but Rokoga, we are not been campaigning for people. To conscientize people, we can even do it Monday night, sir. We can do it Sunday now, do it Monday night. But we're not campaigning for anybody.
So y'all do the research and let me know.
We'll reach out Sunday night.
Okay. Somebody going to the place to go campaign. We will be going Wednesday or Thursday to Sanikule for the burial of Brandon Samuka's mother. Yeah, and they will carry her up Buene. I think the burial will take place in Buene on Saturday. So we got to make sure to go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to go with me?
Yes, CNC will be represented.
I'm a man calling it towards CNC. We know the CNC talk about. The Sastor never
I'll be there.
I saw he say in the Middle East. The Lord in the 70 and la CNC.
Yeah, now I will be there.
The man went to mobile last.
My begin.
No, now we're mobile. We will represent the party too now.
Yeah, we'll
so your man Dubai say in the Middle East. I say you went to mobile last.
No, Dubai are going to China to get some material for our cars and things. Are coming our motorbikes and things.
Wow.
Well, Justin.
Man.
Yeah.
Kagam do nothing to all. Don't forget our car business.
No, but we say, let me ask you what Dubai Aki are going for?
I will ride a motorbike.
Yeah.
Take a be. Woman,
all right.
You get your woman.
Let me move. Let my begin. DK one come on stage. Bye. Let me leave so you can come. You want to say something?
DK goodbye. Come here. Thank you, guys, man.
All right.
Nice to you. I love you,
Senator.
Thank you.
Mama, you call me a boss or a boss. You better chat with me every day. I look at the ego. Politics, yeah. But I ain't on a part of it. So I don't hold it again. I know you guys.
I like that. That's the fun part.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
All right.
Okay,
Okay, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you well.
Hey, diga sua, é para Beli, calma. We can hear you. You muted, man.
No, I just want to say thank you. John need to make an announcement on Facebook.
We will resolve it. We'll try to resolve it.
Yeah, so I think that was the issue. But thank you. Just check at the bar. I'm dropping. Please drop Abby and myself and take all the other people because they're busting my phone here. Yeah, try Abia myself. Everybody that in the back, bring them on, please.
Nobody there again. Nobody.
DK, I let the
Jean,
skin.
Alexander.
this man don't
First
want
for that
for the
the
man.
platform down when did that I mean so that cyber security. Where do I computer?
But
This man
You
does
say
not
what?
want for the
I
senator
didn't
to
say
send
anything. I
anybody to
said
school
just
in
you
America.
announce it. Just you
I
announce it.
said
Shout out. I didn't say anything.
I was so done because D is a cyber security man for this show here.
Please try Abia myself. Chat behind. Bring people. You do your show. Okay.
And you are a bad person.
I think it was a good show. We had a senator here tonight. We had a very lengthy discussion, and we're going to start with all of you. Your analysis and your panel will be done in one. Then we will have the show concluded this evening. Let's firstly start with Mr. Mafasin. You're going to give us your analysis about the senator appearance and your parting comment in 1 minute 30 seconds.
All right, thank you. On an overall, I think it was a great show. The senator performed very well as usual. He took his time and responded to almost all of the questions and concerns. And I think from tonight, a lot of us will understand why he decided to be neutral and some of the contributions he's made and where he stands on national course of actions moving forward. I have known him for a very long period of time. He's a friend. He's a big brother. He's somebody that I've worked closely, Will. So I have no doubt in his ability. I knew that he was going to perform as usual. I knew that this show was going to be very engaging, very interactive, to the liking of our audience as well as the panelists. So, yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be a part, and I look forward to having discussion with other guests. Thank you.
John, you are muted.
Sorry, Chief. Tomorrow we're going to have Councillor Tiawonse Gonglo here as our guest, so we hope to have you on the show, Mr. Mafasin. Honorable B. Mark Bloom, my apologies for keeping you in the back. Let's hear from you, your analysis and your parting comment in 1 minute 30 seconds.
Thank you, John. Like we said, some of us we hold nothing against anything by. When elections are over, they are over. The next thing is God is system. If the bias don't laugh in your direction, it does not mean they will never laugh in your direction. Onkoga and myself, we have been a very good brother and small brother in Nima for time memorial. Like I said on the show in recent day, we were coming from Guinea, our guru was arrested at the border, and he stood by us. We took those guru out. When we pay our duty that belongs to the settlers, and we fall in, and we left from there, and we became good friends from 2011 up to where we are. Even they gone 2023 election. If also man myself went to him, we said, you cannot leave us to go anywhere. He said, Michael, no, I'm in a very difficult situation. If I suppose CDC now, the guy's going to fight me and I will not succeed. We went to Kenya. How much he gave us to buy our gas to come back to Nima? $200. We want to him, we came back. And everyone is looking for a space so that they themselves can make impact. So the impact we want to make, we ourselves, we got some bigger dream for Nima. But when we are given the opportunity to serve, some of those things that we're doing today that are become behind the scene, are things that can make news. So we all just feel that we're looking for space so that we can help Nimbans in some different directions. Like I will not come on the show where we all made our commitment to serving this platform and make it more dignified to come, because Koga and myself was in a race. And I can sit down to critiquing, to asking so many questions. No, I can't do that. My politics don't go in that direction. So I just want to say thanks to all of you who even posted your questions before Koga so that he can give answer to that, and which they were all given. It's also good. It shows some responsiveness of our platform, and my boss, ability are consented to appear. He only waiting for the schedule. The day the schedule is given, you also come to appear. So I just want to say thanks to all of you. Let's keep together.
They mobilization job you don't start. Plenty of the men here not part of political party. Why you can start mobilizing with them? Even if they part of political party, why you can mobilize with the men? You sitting here, you got more than 15% here.
So the situation is, any woman my mother I can go around you. Yeah. So why will I go approach printed to my when I know you and not fall prey to my quest. But I'm going to look up behind the RT man. But I'm going to look up behind the RT man. We get your RT room set up already for Unity Party.
They go buy additional cars and motor bus for the party. Come.
Yeah. No. I don't want Sarah saying CMC.
Mark.
I don't want Sarah saying CMC. Ali, I can go for boy want he will come because he want to contest and I can give him all necessary financial logistical support.
Oh man, yeah, so you
just want to be smart to enjoy the resources.
See how they were making money for Unity Party. What they are going to look behind?
Okay,
me, I'm making money for Unity Party. Okay.
Man, we don't want your that the common people. They say common people that are party there. I come up with one. We don't want open men and we're smart. They can sit down to take our space from all master division. They can take our space from all oil, right? We don't offer y'all. We want y'all. We want y'all today. We want y'all forever. Y'all go. Now everybody in the country will vote for all. So you want to say, but y'all leave me. I'll be representing CNC. Or even when woman today, I'll go there. I represent CNC. I will buy top and all for people that women in the country. Me, you all know me when you come to mobile, you all know me. We will befriend everybody, but not many of you people. I will do good in your family behind the scene and you will not know about it.
No problem.
So CMC that Prophet Key platform you're implementing now?
We got Prophet Key now. They get somebody living by near Prophet Key.
I beg you, please don't go that direction. I
beg you, man.
Bobby, welcome to the show. Your party comment and also your analysis on the appearance of the senator.
Yeah, thank you, John, and thanks to all the panelists that took part today. I'm very sorry I was at the back, but I couldn't show up because job issue when things is busy, protests going on, and then other people gotta do what we have to do. But again, it was a good show, and I was having no doubt that the senator would do what he usually do. He did extremely well. He's a calm man. He knows how to pose questions. He get you don't get angry with people, whatever way you come in. We know he's going to do it. But John know that I was going to give the senator a hard time, so he decided not to bring me on. So it was a good show, gentlemen. Thank you very much. All we can do is to make this show a better one. We all coming in, we all learning, we all getting here. Everything we say here to each other, I believe we all joking. At the back, we one family. If anybody say anything to somebody that you believe is something you're not happy with, just message in the group chat to the person. We shouldn't take it personal. Mike Bloom said earlier, there's nothing personal here, even in politics. We don't take anything personal. So we appreciate everyone, and it was a good show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Now we will jump over Shadrach and go to Aloysius. Aloysius, let's hear you. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah. So thank you so much for bringing me on at the dying meeting. The hospital, I don't know what you do on the hospital. When you're on the hospital bed, you already died. Then someone say, we appointed you as president. Where you 30 minutes to that? So that's a waste of time. But we appreciate Honorable coming on the show, and we all doing this to showcase our people, the people of Booyah, and we I'm not here to disrespect anybody. We're not here to go personal with people. We're here to discuss issues and what is affecting our people. And our stance on this show is not in any way, fighting anybody. It is all for the people of Booyah. So there should be no fear that when somebody is coming and a certain group of people or certain individual will be, will be casual of them because of their stance on certain individual. I think Booyah deserve critical voices. That's what makes democracy, and we should allow people to express their view. It makes the show, it makes the show unique. It makes people to listen to, and we need to work together, whosoever, whether from the opposition or what position or whatever. The Honorable came here, and there are a lot of issues and a lot of questions that were not asked. We've been here, bringing what he did not do within the district. And we stand by our words today. Honorable Kuga did nothing. However, Honorable Kuga, yes, but there are a lot of things that he did or he did not do as well. And we thought we were being on the show to asking some of the questions, but we were not given the opportunity, probably because he was came on or other issues. However, it was a great show that he was able to appear here. And lastly, what I have to say is the issue of the radio station. He made recommendations, he brought feedback. Yes, it's true. But we should also take it, look at it keenly. Because if somebody is not talking in line with you and you see it as something negative, and because of that you want to pass through other activities or other, or form to present people who also sacrificing within a studio, I don't think it will be a good thing as well. So we especially the manager has to look at it critically. People are sacrificing and they are hearing what is happening within the nation, and we need diverse opinion. Booyah is open. Booyah is not a yesterday that one person will go and make statement and then it just walk and then everybody subscribe to it. No, we're here to decode your statement. We're here to decode what you do. We're here to do everything that you do to bring that to public. There's no dominant political party in Booyah. Booyah is free. Booyah got no 100% control over the people of Booyah. And we remain on that. And we are open to any politicians to come to Booyah. Anybody who wants to develop Booyah, we are open to that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aloysius. Now let's hear from you. Shadrach. After that, we'll go to Siawite, Prentice, and a Fanso. Then we call this a day today. Shadrach, good evening and welcome back. Why you are bringing your 500?
Thank you, Junior.
Tell him about your 500.
Thank you, Junior. No, Mama, give me a chance. You talk about 500, Chico. Yeah, you asking about my money. It may let you want to bring it us. You forget about it.
No, you are throwing your 500 billion, and I'm your good. So if I bring the 500, what am I? If I tell the senator to give the 500,
so let me say thanks to everybody and thanks to all the speakers, the panelists, and everyone. Get right to that opinion. Listen to the senator. He spoke well on some of the issues, and some of the issues I saw some limitations, and not clear to me. Maybe when he talked about the decision between he and the party, I said remain on my stand that we need to build institutions, then build individual the power, where somebody feel they are executive, they should be the one making decision for institution. I don't see it right, even though they may have their internal disagreement whatsoever, but equally so you should be an institutional person so tomorrow when you speak about institutional, people abide by rules and regulations. Institutions about rules and regulations, constitution that govern everybody. Why is true that a senior executive, being elected as senator, he got right to suggest whatsoever, but equally so, it should be a consensus between you and the party executive, whether they disagree or agree, or try to do internal, how they call it, conflict resolution, that they all, how they call it, secret, or the bad aspect, the party will not come out. Mind you, he was saying that it's a counter to the party if they are disagree for the second time, they're going to fight. That's I see it, and he said it. So if the parties also see his action to be the disrespect to the party because he did not obey their mandate, they should take action tomorrow. So I yet to see the party's statement before I can do further comment. But on the issue of national issue, like he discussed about the liberalization policy, yes, somewhere I agree with him. What he said is true. He admitted that Liberians are suffering in the new economy, but again, excuse to say the companies or businesses owner always talk about people credibility when they are cashier or social person or accountant. What would be that guarantee? I don't see an excuse in our society. So when it's people being employed, they be employed based on no regulation or policy. So it's not an excuse to any foreign investor to say because Liberian talk with so they can't give Liberian a better position to serve in the scope or whatsoever. So it's not an excuse. Though they at the legislative level, they got to do something better to revise that particular agricultural policy to enforce it. So Liberian can benefit in that new economy. Thank you so much for you guys.
Thank you very much, Shadrach. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's hear from you, Siawete. After Siawete, we'll go to Printist and Afanso Wumba.
Thank you, Junior, and thank you to fellow panelists. I mean, it was a great show, and I must commend the senator for appearing tonight. He did extremely well because, that's what we need from most of our leaders. And moving forward, we encourage most of our national leaders and people who represent us, and, whether be it ministers, representatives, and everyone to be in readiness to appear on the show. Brother Mark, like I say, congratulations again for your preferment appointment. Why is we are not watched the job yet? You started a mobilization already to bring Mr. Belete on the show. I mean, it was a good show, Gian. My only thing is the senator, he was very, very careful. Like I kept saying on the show that he wanted to avoid most of those conversations because, it is politics. Once the time reaches, the game will play and there will be series of, conversation. And definitely tonight he did it. He never wanted to dive into the deeper issue of the MDR because for me, I really wanted to know what was the real, how did the primary go and how did it end, but he could not speak to that. And, like he said, you should have third eye. And when politicians tell you get third eye, you should know. We that read between the line between. So, I mean, we understood his point very well. We don't hold him by that because I mean it is a political decision, and I mean he being a leader, you are very meticulous of a word tonight, and you are careful of what he says. Even when we ask him about the president, the previous 151 order, he could not really speak to that because he needed to delve into the issue. And I mean, Aloja too made some point, and like people who are also at the radio station sometimes to categorize everybody too will not be fun because you are the loud voice and you are the immediate, lawmaker of the place. So if there's anything, I think you need to also reach out to the management so that, like Mike said, we can do our own, sightseeing to see what is going on to mitigate that because it will not be a good thing. We are building a platform, even a radio station, and it requires a repetition as well. So, I mean, it was a very good show, and we thank the CEO and everybody. And we are very sorry for bringing you on our mobilization chair. The only thing you get into mobilize or to join you so that we can, Thank you, John.
I don't want to. Man, you would never look at Saka. Man, you would never look at it. Look at it. Man, I wrote on there.
Our new card. Your clap for the mobilization chairman.
And
That
the
is
car we
there.
use, man, can go in social straight. That car you see.
Yeah, nah. When someone did one sociable, we'll go there. We'll go play our pass. Then we leave on obey the in there.
You know what Mark doing? Mark now want all the benefit from this car thing, the motorbike thing. Now want benefit, so you now want mobilize to us. But anyway, Mark,
So John,
yeah.
For Chelsea to look at Saga and say, we won't go San Saga. And you know Saga will now go. They are going to go San Prince to carry him where now.
Mark, listen.
It's possible, Mark.
Mark, as CMC stands right now, nobody in Liberia, based on your logistics, nobody in Liberia want to join a political party. Even the printers here want to join you.
Project come for logistics and go.
You brave, eh?
Yeah, nah.
Big, yeah.
Okay, Mark, come for me.
That begin well consistent. That begin well consistent. You are wrong. That begin I was beginning and then I did it one causing noise on the radio. There's something myself. But I may not talking one thing when the government get join that begin not talking anything. Something in the meaning we read. This is something when I even import read it vet now they talking any kind of way. I begin not talking. I begin who will go for it. I came out not picking it too. They will be there. I picking. I put in there together. Don't worry.
Printers, let's hear you shortly.
Anyway, this weekend I'll be with the National Mobilization Chairman of CMC. We'll spend the coming weekend together. Okay, junior and fellow panelists and Liberians following the broadcast this evening. I want to say thanks to Senator Koga. For me, over the past time, I have known him to be one of the leaders, very accessible. Senator Koga is one of the leaders with that rare accessibility that even if he misses your call, he will certainly respond. You call him, he will, if he's engaged, you will answer and say, "Oh, I'm in session, I'll call you back." And he definitely going to live up to his word. And I think his trait of accessibility was exhibited tonight on the show. You know, that he availed himself, we even went beyond time. I know my big brother Sergio and several others, they have had issues about his position in District 5. And they've been hitting hard, but I think from the very inception of the conversation, I have been clear that I envisage lack of internal coordination as a major problem to the crisis that MDR is battling currently in the by-election in District 5. And I think the senator's appearance confirmed my own assertion over the past time. And except that I've read a few the senator's response to issues regarding the AML Third Amendment remains very soft. And because I have access to him, several things I will not say on this platform, but I'll reach out to him so that we can have conversations about it, because he was very blunt. He's no introvert. He's an extrovert, and people know him to be very acceptive. People know him to be very forceful. So it becomes very concerning when there's an issue that the country has interest at stake. You know, that he's not publicly speaking and he's not being robust. So at the end of the day, you leave people, most especially the public, thinking that there may be some other games being played in the back, most especially that he comes from campaign. I know the last time somebody even confronted me because I supported him, they said, "But you ain't think Senator portion of Senator Koga campaign was financed by AML because he been mute." And then that was an information that I didn't have control over. I said, I don't want to believe so, because he's somebody who has built reputation for himself over the past time. So for him to start playing diplomat, the role of a diplomat, the time Nimba people needs him the most, is concerning. But however, we will keep engaging behind the scene so that they all get involved and be very robust, that we have Nimba in top positions in the executive doing similarly those in the legislature, because it is only at this point when we push hard enough that we can benefit as a county. For too long, we have played the role of diplomats, negotiating, going on the table, having all of the conversations, coming up with resolutions, and all of these resolutions have in no way impacted the livelihood of our people. Like Big Brother Marverson said, by the end of Mita's operation, it is the people of Nimba that will be left with the impact of the company's mining operation, most especially the environmental impact, and not the rest of Liberia. While it is true that our constitution guarantees that every mineral in the republic is for the country, but we will be left with the impact. And at the end of the day, what we can do as a generation is to demand the best for our county and for young people coming after us. Thank you, and I look forward to having other conversation with our guests tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
So the way Shadrach can be crying for Kuga to go camping. He didn't say you not get moved to go camping.
Efanso, let's hear you.
I told you say Kuga go camping.
Biologists,
the people making comments over there. You're not reading the host. I know that way.
Child, can't travel. You get plenty of people who want to go back to. Lean, you sit on it. I'll poke in there again all the money. What are you talking?
And we'll beat you up.
All right.
Mobile.
Thank you. It was a good show to have the senator here. It was a good time with him, and he did his best to address the issues. The questions we asked him. Nothing he can do besides his best. But there are some areas, maybe personally, I have problem with the issue of institutionalizing, the institution in front, taking exception of the institution decision. I have problem with that. But RBA, he had a constitutional right to do or to abstain from political, activities and all activities. That's his right. That you cannot, tell him or mandate him to abide by anything. But in the institution, you just have to abide by institution rules. That's all. And the next one was to ArcelorMittal, where he tried to renege on or maybe delay answering some of those questions. I believe it was something that he campaigned against. He wanted ArcelorMittal deal to be realistic. If you come to this point where he's senator now asking such a question, I think it is now time I tell the people of NEMA, ArcelorMittal, my office is engaging ArcelorMittal, and we will do XYZ. Instead of him maybe sitting in the bar, say he's sitting in the bar. Contrary to the statement the VP made that Nyantoine was a diplomat, he was a flow fighter. Now he want to send Nyantoine to become a flow fighter. Why he want to become a diplomat? On the issue of the lower house, when I asked him when he was there, he said now in the Senate he don't have any control over what go on in the lower house. But I think it was a disservice to the Liberian people. I mean, it is a disservice to the Liberian people when you allege, a public figure that he's corrupt or he carry on some corrupt act, and after you remove that person, we are not hearing any other sound from the legislature or from you who serve as chairman of that particular body of removal, that this man, after we scrutinize him, we are removing from office. This is what we're going. This is a step we're going to take against him, and he is not taking it. He's telling us he's not there any longer, so he's close with no authority to do that. I feel also a disservice to the Liberian people. I feel they were maybe fooling the Liberian people only to get the speaker out for political gain. When it comes to Buyao, the senator still want to play a tricky game. But he did what he's supposed to. It was good.
Thank you, Efanso. I mean, this issue of the Buyao thing, I think the senator have already said it here. There is a bigger thing that you don't want to say on the internet, but then there are some things happening.
You can't say anyway. Why you want it?
How many minutes back? Do you know the minute back? They don't want to get it, man. They don't want to get it, man. Appreciation money, so they make it. We appreciate the candidate. Who you want to make money so they may be powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what kind of appreciation? They get anything in the national budget for appreciation money?
The thing where you get your time, why you 2 hours, you don't want to get it, man. And no way that just say the man when you go, you appreciate people all across the country, they may be more powerful. That's why I know it's a different thing.
The money they spent,
money.
the money they spent on the main election was too much. That millionaire in the election, they was spending money. So the Unity Party king heavy with huge money.
Like small money the men spend 400 million like during that in the election. Like small money there.
400 million. They have what you spend.
That's all to spend money.
You all right?
Oh my, see what can
we are trying to minute that bringing money was that's spoiling money. The feeder was spending money.
Now, but you know, my lady keep it going. Go pay. Go keep my mind. I never finish.
No man, oh 400,000. Oh, you plan work? I got be printed one group grad. No, my pay. One grab bag. You pay what I'm. Kalogadi. Kalibra got browser.
But see,
you know anything about it. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We hope and pray that you guys will be here again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a Councillor Tiawan Say Gonglo. Councillor Gonglo will dive into this Executive Order 151. So we hope that all of you attend tomorrow. Thank you for being here.
Every day when I get out, I appreciate your money for you to go appreciate Nima people. We made a deal on top on the show here.